A recap.
Yes, one of
Oh,
those.
okay. Well, last time we left the old ruins with a magical spear in tow and a new mission hanging over our heads. On the way back, we encountered a group of the Iuna's erstwhile group of rogues and thieves and miscreants, and we managed to talk them down and actually started making a good impression on them when all of a sudden it became we started I don't know, the game turned into Night of the Living Dead all of a sudden, and an entire army of zombies and skeletons and asshole wizard wights and bone wheel lords came at us. We managed to kill like 40 dudes before we figured out, oh, there's hundreds more coming. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, it was not House of the Living Dead, so we didn't get a machine gun to shoot them down with.
No, that would have been nice. Instead, we ran. We ran and ran and ran. Unfortunately, Yuna's guys didn't come with us. They decided to hightail it on their own power. We made it back to Cardensold. Uh, Basically unmolested. We alerted the guard, the city militia, which doesn't actually amount to a whole lot of dudes. We found out with the Dwarven scouts that the undead army isn't really interested in the Dwarven city. In fact, it's heading just due south towards the forest, which is some bad implications on what their goal was. They the necromancer was probably upset with being breathed fire, with getting doused in fire by a big dragon, and wanted to go kill the dragon and then raise the dragon's corpse as an undead dragon.
Wait, why are we not involved in that?
We did actually. We sent a dream message and Phaedra to go and alert the Inquisition to where the zombies are. And ostensibly, they probably sent their entire force to go fight an undead army, which is actually they probably came and then sent off all their dudes to go fight an undead army.
Fuck off in every hole, Savin.
And we spent some time to gear up and prepare to kill a big Hydra while the Inquisition handles the army problem, because we are very few and they are very many. How was that?
Yeah, that's about right. You did also learn from Annika and Sierra that there's some giants off in the woods doing
Oh
giant
yeah,
things.
giants, those guys. Oh, fun time.
And you guys got yourself some poison to help deal with the Hydra, because it just regenerates unless you
Some
hit it with
necro poison
necrotic.
or something.
Yeah.
Yep, the
Yeah.
necro oil.
So speaking of which, you might as well handle that now. You each, or rather, you have a total of 5 doses of this poison. It does 1d4 necrotic damage per hit, and it lasts for 10 minutes. And yeah, you can also use it to coat up to 10 pieces of ammunition.
So our plan was
Is that cost expedited by being applied to ballista bolts, or is it still 10?
Yeah, you can use a vial to coat like 3 ballista bolts.
Might be worth doing. She's still a pretty good shot, and I imagine a
Yeah.
ballista bolt that stops you from regenning is going to be a real motherfucker.
probably gonna hurt a lot.
Alright, so 1 to Marcus, 1 to Kreshia, 1 to Zanza. Actually, Kreshia, do you plan on getting in melee with this thing?
Yeah, and
Okay.
will indicate that I have basically no ranged magic unless you want big, broad, explosive AoE blasts.
Okay,
My
1 to
specialty
Kreshia,
really is casting sword.
1 to Zanza, and then 1 for the ballista bolts.
Okay.
Dope. Yeah, random question. Does my sword activating its psychic have anything to do with stopping the poison from working? Or can I have both congruent?
Technically, no, there's nothing stopping you.
Sweet. Just wanted to make sure that me, like, poisoning out my blades didn't then suddenly, like, just eradicate the poison on the, poison on it.
Maybe if it was like fire damage or something, but Royston does psychic damage.
Right.
Just makes them think it's way worse than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. The whole time, Royston hasn't really actually been killing any monsters. They just think they're dead, and then it's just a moment. That realization is what finishes them.
You convince the brain to shut down, therefore doing damage and making it dead.
It's like when you get plugged out of the Matrix. So the last bits of business before we get on to the Hydra fight. I believe Mary was looking into buying a scroll of, was it Preserve Essence?
I closed out of that thing, but yeah.
Scroll of Decimate Dead.
And yeah, we
Not
were
us.
randomly
That's
talking about stuff that would be cool to get, and I think that it would be a nice idea to enchant a poofy jacket for Frida to boost her healing even more, since it's a Radiant Hydra.
But wouldn't we have to... I mean, I guess if there's another piece of the Hydra we can use, but I was pretty
I
sure...
mean, its essence is not going to be the same as its heart, which is the only thing she wants.
Yeah.
No,
The
you
bunny
need
wants.
Essence is its soul.
Okay, so the cantrip one is just the cost of the scroll.
Mm-hmm. And then
The
you replace a cantrip,
the great if we Hedrah, if you want to get one of the greater ones, it's going to cost us in total 2,500 silver.
Now, is that including the material component?
That is for the material component. Oh right, how much does it cost for just what's the third level? Third level. Spells, magic.
I just want to point out, well, I don't
It's
approve...
mechanics and...
What's under mechanics? Potions and scrolls. So for a scroll, so it would actually cost 3,100 silver for the greater essence. Solidify greater essence cantrip, which when we use it a downtime action to create a magic item, we could create a rare magic item with it.
So is the question, Savin?
Uh-huh.
Is this like a new process that we've discovered, or is this common? Is this how
It sure isn't common, but it's magic that's been around for a while. It's basically only used by, like, big dick OG archmages.
AKA the fucking fairy.
Yeah, aka Third's character in last game.
If we come in with a magic item, are we gonna piss off our dragon bro?
Why would you?
I'm assuming that there would be a history of people hunting down magical creatures who aren't even hostile to make magical weapons of great power.
But the Hydra is very hostile.
No, the Hydra. No, fuck the Hydra. I'm just saying, is there like a history there that we should be aware of?
I mean, if your shit's made out of, like, dragon bone or something, yeah, he probably won't take on to that. Like, when Marcus pulled out his holy symbol that was made of dragon bone, the dragon was like, "Oh, you fucking what, mate?"
Okay.
Oh my god, I know what we could... Oh wait, I know what we could do with it.
But yeah, like, bringing out, like, a random Hydra item, he's just like, oh, that's nice.
I know a thing we could use a rare one to do would be a good use for it. So, I know we have our masochist shield, but we could make another shield because there's a big kite shield sized dragon scale from an elder red dragon sitting in the palace as a family heirloom.
Ask again, who would use it?
Kreshia, Kreshia.
I mean, I somewhat use a shield, but at the same time, I'm happy with Curie, because I only use a shield half the time, but Curie can, as long as she's on my back, still, resuscitate me if I die.
There's no difference between, like, tower shields in this game, right? Like,
no, shields are all the same AC.
They're all +2.
Okay. I was more speaking like mastery and need to use.
Like I like Curie. She's a lovely shield. She needs a cooldown day after a lot of horse dragging.
After a lot of hard usage.
Yeah, it's been a hard ride.
She sure did get ridden hard.
Yep.
Nothing.
But yeah, no, like Kreshia likes the shield. She has effectively got to the same AC whilst using Curie as she does when she's blade singing, which is very useful. Because she can't blade sing forever every day. But also, even when blade singing, as long as the shield's on her person, yeah, Curie will resuscitate her if someone shouts winter at her.
Tina,
Yeah.
how much?
For each, it would cost, if we're going to split it down the middle, it'd be 1,550 silver each.
How much silver each? I'm happy to
Okay.
dip in.
Well, the total
can-
cost is 3,100. Wait, no. Yeah, 3,100.
I can split with you one scroll, and then I'm back to being poor again.
I mean, if we want to split it 3 ways.
I mean, I don't see why not. It's to get something for the heel goat, who is dedicated to saving
Wait,
the party's life.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Gonna use it to make a radiant poofy bard's jacket that improves your healing.
It'd be a rare magic item too,
It's
so
gonna
it'd be
be the
real
cutest.
strong.
What? What the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna get a cute poofy jacket shirt.
They want to use the essence. They want to soul trap the radiant Hydra to make a fluffy, poofy jacket of radiance for Frida that will apparently boost her healing, but it will cost some.
Maybe. I mean, we have to figure out what it will do first, or what we try to do.
But the plan is an accessory that will boost healing as opposed to putting it on a weapon.
Yeah, but that's it.
But we want to do it, and it would be cool. I even thought about the fact that Frida herself doesn't like to be dressed too finely, so it'll be reversible. So when he casts the spell, it's like, bam, adorable
But-
poofy jacket, but normally it's not Frida normal walkie clothes looking.
See, that's the thing though. It won't work because you can only attune to
To 3.
3 items.
Are you already attuned to 3? I don't think the helmet technically takes an attunement slot, it just makes you feel good.
Correct.
No, it's not that. I have the magical ring of backup singers. I have my
What?
loot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. So
What?
she's got her ring that she's having made, then the loot, and then the armor.
Oh,
Armor?
yes, the armor of Invisible is already... So you're actually already at 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, I'll have to think of a new...
That-
Alright, so who else wants a magic item? I don't really want to do it to a weapon,
Marcus.
because I feel it's... That's true. That's true. I could just enchant Marcos' armor to make him gloriously incandescent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I would say making him a better tank would also be nice too.
You know what?
That's
Okay,
what I...
so
Well, I mean, yeah, sure, that's what I mean. But what I say is gloriously incandescent.
Marcus enchanted full plate would be good. We could
Yeah.
also do. Okay. We could also do. What about magic hand wraps for Zanza?
Why does he need those?
His
Why?
fists already count as magic.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's an idea.
It is an idea.
Could put
but
special effects on them.
It's true. I could make him more anime.
I mean,
Yes.
the most you could do is Zanza could maybe practice for hand wrap mastery and be able to enchant his fist with magic whenever he wants.
No, we need
Or
to get Marcus
what
to
about
face the dragon.
a headband?
If you
No, no,
enchant-
no! Long
want-
scarf, motherfuckers! It's
Oh,
obviously long scarf.
I want an enchanted scarf of Everflow.
Like 8 feet long.
Yes,
Or
8 foot,
more.
8 foot of radiant scarf.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing though, and it always looks like it's flowing in the wind.
Exactly.
Yeah, of
course.
It has to be enchanted for Everflow.
All right, so
Oh
now
my
I'm
God.
torn. I'm now torn on some kind of like a radiant Zanza scarf that like heals him on key blasts, or or gloriously incandescent dragon Marcus.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Ooh.
Every time Zanza uses ki, it heals him by such and such amount.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it would do, something along those lines. Because I feel like a lot of items are only cool as long as there is a trigger built in, as opposed to they just always do this thing.
Or
I'm gonna be.
is that no. How about this? The headband that allows them to spend key to send a blast.
Oh, what? Give him a Hadouken scarf.
I'm gonna be completely honest. The
No,
scarf for that.
I'd Hadouken headband and make it fucking Ryo
Red.
from Street Fighter.
Yeah, Ryu.
Or we give him a fucking black belt and make him do the fucking Kamehameha.
I'm gonna still be honest. Still gonna be honest. The ever-flowing scarf is top of my priority list out of all those options.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm now immediately torn on what two things to make a radiant magical artifact out of.
I know, right? We're only gonna get one essence from
I'm
this.
leaning straight forward onto Marcus here.
I would
Because
say giving.
Marcus has been a fucking.
He's been a very important
rock.
source of us not dying by being hard to kill. It's true.
Yeah,
and
I'd
now
say-
these most recent fights, it's gotten a lot fucking closer.
I would say making Marcus a better tank would be a prominent.
Trim it down the scarf, so yeah, cloak the birds in the wind at will. Alright, you know, it's fine. I can probably as well, just for the fuck of it, make a scarf enchanted so that it's always billowing. Like, that's
Wait.
pretty minor magic. I can do that with prestidigitation.
What if we do the radiant version of the berserk armor? Instead of breaking his bones and forcing his body to work past the pain, it just heals him as he takes damage.
Possible. I need to
got
think
this
of it. It's like its application needs to be radiant. It could just very well be every time you cast a smite. Like, the same idea as the key scarf healing you. Smites heal you a little bit too. Because the Hydra as well, I feel it's at a very... This is probably just a peak as well for my thinking for how Bork's magic items work for Savin and Kina. It's as well as the meaning. This thing does radiant when it's trying to be harmful, when it's trying to use a power, as opposed to just by default being radiant. It kind of is, don't get me wrong, but its power was in it breathing. Its breathing. Its damage was in its breath weapon. So I feel like if it has a power that's going to apply to like armor or gear, it's going to be based on your ability to utilize damaging powers. So I figure, you know, armor that heals you when you smite is the same concept. That's if I'm not being
Okay,
crazy, of course.
I have a slight question. Side, can you do stroke through in the text on the chat here in Roll 20?
I wouldn't know, actually.
Mm.
I'm not taking that meat to the
Like, you know, when you type something and there's like this
Yeah,
like
I
stroke
do not know.
over line there.
Never tried it in Roll 20.
Yeah, it would be cool.
No,
If there is, that would be really fucking useful right now.
Mm. Anyway, I suppose that's all for after we've taken on this dragon, so you guys are able to
Yeah,
afford
we
the
don't-
scroll. I can help you split on it.
Right.
How much you guys need?
It's an uneven.
Divide by 3, it'd be 1,033.
Okay. I don't have that much. Oh, wait, no, I've got platinum.
But here's the thing though, aren't we doing like a cantrip and a fucking
Yeah, I just spent money. I got some cantrip class ones, but this big one's a 3rd level spell slot.
It's expensive, and you probably want me to throw that one
It
out
requires its material component is a gem worth at least 250 gold.
there. I mean, we're in the City of Dwarfs, so thank fuck we're there.
Actually, hang on a second.
Hmm.
What does our party loot say?
Oh yeah, party loot.
Damn it, we have just never mind. No, we don't have nearly enough of any gems worth.
No.
anything near
Those are
that.
those are in fact quite cheap grade gems that we just hadn't had a chance to liquidate. I split all our hard cash, but those gems have been hanging around. I was like, you know what? Gems are convenient. They can just stay there until we really need that money.
I wonder how much money
Hey.
the yellow diamond is worth.
no, that's rock friend.
Yeah, okay.
That's gem of rock friend.
Yeah, it is the gem of rock, friend. It's pretty great.
One day that gem of friendship shall come by and save us.
Here's the DCL, but here's the thing, look, if Yes, in Sansa's Cloak of Billowing, common magic item. That means you only need a cantrip level spell, which also will be thrown.
Honestly, though, does Zanza need to be any more anime? He's already got
Sure, I mean,
hordes.
need is a strong word, my dude.
But I still want to, like, rub all that magical goodie all over Marcus's armor and stuff.
Yeah. We'll build his
Yes.
armor, but I can probably actually, thinking about it, I can replicate a cloak of billowing in like a silk scarf at just like 100 silver and what is it, a week's work?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, shit. Would you like a scarf of billowing, Sansa? I can make it your late Christmas present.
There's no way I can say no to that in or out of character.
Sweet.
I'm not legally
I'm
allowed.
putting that in my little character list of things to do.
Maybe if Zanza wants a serious magic item, maybe something that gives him some sort of power the faster he goes.
That would probably be, though, quite expensive, and you realize that'd make us do maths.
Fair enough. No one wants to.
The main reason we banned doing haste on you is not just because it's a ridiculous amount of movement, but also we'd have to calculate it every time, and fuck that noise. Okay, there we go. It's now on my list. Construct a scarf of billowing. It'll happen.
The scarf of anime.
What's your favorite color of silk? Red?
Zanza's more of a blue man.
Blue silk scarf? Alright. Dealy.
Gotta match that lightning motif.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy to go do Hydra duty now. We can,
Okay. Does somebody who's gonna want to do which one? Because we're gonna have to split this. So one person does the cantrip, one person does the greater.
It's entirely possible that I will be up close and getting my face blasted, so I'll just take a nice simple cantrip.
All right, I'll give you one of the cantrip scrolls.
Sure.
Not you.
Yeah, odds are very likely I'll just get beansed in the face. So I would rather the big cast wasn't relying on me.
The optimism.
I call it realism.
I think it's called hedging your bets.
Yeah. What's that? The artillery caster at the back who has 3 spell slots and then will generally throw Eldritch from range, or the person who, even if they use all their spell slots, is probably still going to be poking them in the face with a sword.
You know what? I'm going to give one of these to Frida as well.
Yeah. Is it possible for me to learn that scroll, that essence spell?
Yeah. You're a wizard. You can inscribe spells into your book.
Yeah, but if I remember rightly, if it's a cantrip, I have to actually swap cantrips out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really want to invest. Well, I suppose I could invest in just the spell level one because it's the more important part was always the finding a fucking gem to cram something into, right?
Yeah.
And that weaker that stronger version would still work for like weak soul pulling into like small gems, yeah?
You mean you could downcast it into the cantrip version?
Yeah. Can I downcast a higher level one as opposed to taking my cantrips out? Because, like, I just might not be able to afford the material components, but I can try and reliably fill, like, cheap gems with useful essences.
I'll say yes, but there might be some cost or, unintended effect in doing so.
Sure, like, making them less efficient.
Yeah, something like that.
Something.
Well, okay, can I do a
Something
test for
like
figuring
that.
out what the cost of such a reduction might be? Because I don't think I want to do that if I'm going to put myself in terrible danger.
Well,
produce
that's no
cursed
fun.
shit. Yeah, but Kreshia's a wizard and she wants to be smart. She's impulsive, but if she could do research, she will do. So there you go, with a 24, like, say I were to downgrade a spell, like an essence-stealing spell into its cantrip version so I could cram, like, small slivers into cheaper gems, like, I don't know, 12, 50 silver gems. What would be the implications of me downgrading the spell?
Well, the spell traps a certain amount of the soul's essence, yeah?
Yeah.
And a cheap, shitty gemstone can only hold so much essence, yeah?
Right.
So the rest has to go somewhere.
I mean, I suppose.
Is there a possibility that somewhere would be me?
Could be, or it could manifest into some sort of, like, wraith or something.
Beastie.
If we weren't dealing with horrible creatures, other malevolence, Zanza would have many problems with the ethics of playing around with souls.
But to be fair, it's only fragments. It's not like we're taking the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds like not too much of a risk. Kreshia's okay with that. How much does it cost for me to scribe again?
I think it's like 50 silver per spell level.
Done deal.
All right. I think that's a
Unless
done
you
deal.
happen
So
to be a transmuter, in which case it's half
No,
cost.
not a specialist in transmutation.
Hmm.
I'm an evocation melee caster.
I think you mean a Bladesinger, but yeah.
I'm a Bladesinger, but the Bladesinger's spell list is evocation. It just has the spell of the sort attack effect built into their spells.
Mm-hmm.
Should I say that? I think that there are some blade singing stuff that's more enchantment based, but regardless, they're definitely not transmutation, I'm afraid. Yeah, so that's other spell. Let's take off my 10 plat and some silver. Minus 291. And then that soul level is 3, right? No, is it? I closed it because I'm an idiot. Solidify essence.
Yeah, it's level 3.
It's
Spell
third
level
level.
3.
Alright, cool. Yeah, sure. I'll do that then. So yeah, I'm going to scribe that into my spellbook.
Alright, and last bit o' business then is, I think right when we left off, Frida had gone to ask Brother Lutz of the Temple of Kandarn if his communion with the Forge Father had yielded any benefits. As you donated some strange books to the church, some untranslated lore, in hopes of finding out, perhaps if Kandarn, God of Knowledge, would know anything about creating some sort of dimensional prison for Lord Winter. And so, the reply you get from Brother Lutz is, the Forge Father has spoken to me, and from him I tell to you. There are dreams in this world, dark and long forgotten. Some dreams we outgrow and leave behind, but some persist long after we die. The oldest dreams are a trap, a deep black pit from which there is no escape. Go deep beneath the earth, where gods go to die.
Deep beneath the earth.
He'll apologize that the Forge Father spoke cryptically, but that is his way.
The Forge Father has spoken to me, and from my tell to you, there are dreams in this world long forgotten. Some dreams we have currently planned, some dreams them just long over. The those dreams are a trap, deep black from which there is no escape. Is that the Void?
Brother Lutz will just shrug and say, "'Tisn't my place to interpret your reward." Then he'll just like turn and walk away back into the temple.
Thank you! I'll flip a couple of coins into their little offering bowl on the side.
Alright, so yeah, you have been presented with a message from Kandarn.
Interesting. To keep that one in mind. If need be.
Here's the thing, though. If just take a step closer towards the church, just in case. If some of them are still there and now are alive, long forgotten dreams become nightmares. If you let them, if you don't let them breathe long enough, breathe for a long time. What happens when a nightmare leaks?
Yeah. Do a ponder. Sadly, religion is... I was about to say not my specialty, but I need to check. Do I know religion? No, okay. I'm pretty fucking good, but religion was not one I specialized in.
What's the name again? She got point in that. She's trained in it, but not specialized. Hello, cat.
I've got 3 religion. Would you like me to assist you for like having a quick mull over the mental logs, or would you like me to do a new helpy?
I asked is that thing about there, like I'm bardic myself.
Let's do it your way then. I shall help you on having a rummage through your mind palace on what such a thing might actually mean.
Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, I'm the dumbest.
We have no idea.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Yeah, you have your bardic inspiration. You might beat 10.
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking work.
Did we get guidance from Mary as well?
No, it's not. We didn't mention it, so no.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't say it.
Oh.
Same borks. I can't make that safe assumption.
Well then, we're gonna do this on the road then, because it's gonna take a little while to get there. So.
Yep.
So, with a 6 religion, as you ponder this riddle, the only thing that comes to mind is that the realm of the gods is called a dream. Wonder if that's a coincidence.
We know it's not a okay. We're not retarded. we're just kind of.
I mean, with a 6 knowledge check, all you get is the obvious.
Yeah, right,
okay,
fine.
just to point out, I think Frida got distracted somehow by like something, you know, those earworm things.
Got some song in her head she can't quite get rid of.
Yeah, but it's just imagine instead of like 3 little lambs jumping up fence, it's like 3 little goats jumping on a rock and just seeing yourself like one Frida jumping up on a rock and then jumping off to the side, and then another Frida jumping on the rock, jumping off the rock to the side.
Start counting Fridas.
So, yeah, so it's pretty much like, no, I'm not supposed to think about that. I'm supposed to think religion. 3 little goats jumping on a rock. It's like, damn it, no.
Alright. So with that, the party departs Cardenfold and makes the day-ish long journey to the Hydra's lair, and it is much as you remember it. This sort of misty lake shore. There's a ballista some distance away. When you arrive, it's starting to rain, but not enough to really interfere with your vision, so dynamic lighting is going to go away. Bloop.
Are we fighting in the day this time?
You are.
Aha.
There's still, various blood smears on the ground, but they're old now and largely washed away. And some of the trees have been corrupted by this creature's breath now. They are growing in strange, gnarly ways, with branches breaking out into branches, into branches, into branches, reaching up to the heavens.
Fractal branching.
Yes, fractal branching. It's quite horrific to look at.
I really don't like to see that lower left corner there.
Yeah, the Hydra initiative bracket says hi.
Well, day. Challenge this thing in an open contest. Let's make sure that the blade oils are applied properly to everybody's weapons first.
Alright,
long
Sierra
did they
says
last,
she
though?
will sneak ahead.
Before Sarah sneaks ahead, could she apply our oils for us just so we don't poison ourselves because we might be a bit retarded?
That's a,
She's
that's
actually
a fair
trained.
ask. Alright,
Yeah.
Sierra will roll out a little mat and take out her poisoner's kit and make sure everything's all nice and kosher, get her safety equipment on, and yeah, she'll dunk everyone's weapons in the poison and make sure it's not dripping off so it'll get in your wounds or anything.
Nope.
Then hand them
I have
over.
to do it. Zanza has to do it for himself.
All right.
Do you have the ability as a poisoner?
I do not have the ability as a poisoner.
Make an
Do you need the
intelligence
ability
check.
as a poisoner to apply blade oils?
Not to apply it, but to apply it safely. Yes.
Yeah, it's an
There's-
intelligence test
yeah.
usually, my dude. It's very dangerous to fuck around with poison if you don't know what you're doing.
Which is why we have Sierra,
Yep,
who is a rogue.
and she has a cat. Of totally legitimate things, and then we both shifty eyes at the same time.
Yep.
Well, I suppose I trust Sarah with my life too. So, yes, I'll let her coat my weapon.
All right. She will dunk it in and, give the blade a nice shiny coat of oil with her thick leather gloves, and then as she's handing it back to you, she says, "See, Zanza? No magic involved." And wiggles her fingers.
It's not even why I was angry about it.
But
Actually-
now you're happy. Well, let's face it. All right.
It's more than
Mary, you're getting a mage armor.
Oh boy.
Yep. Take that down. Let's see here. I can cast magic weapon on one person if they would like their weapon a little bit buffed. Hey Annika, what do you like to use?
So Annika, this big, brawny Amazon with a mane of golden hair and a long flowing cloak, just looks between you and this rough oak quarterstaff next to her and says, "Don't think blade oil's gonna help me so much."
Then I will reach out and cast magic weapon on her weapon.
Ooh.
There you go. Well, now consider this thing a little bit more juicy. It is now a +1 weapon and magical for the purposes of DR and yada yada yada.
Cool. I will apply that, and I will also go fetch Marcus's actual horse. God, the fucking war horse from the
The
Monster
Warhorse
Manual looks so
baseline token is
derpy.
hilarious. He's so happy to be a horse.
He is. It is just the best shit. Alright, go away.
There you go. Hello, actual Lassie. Alright, let's tick down the
Alright, Annika,
Right,
let's
where's
give
Zanza
you a
going?
+1 quarterstaff.
You see Zanza about to prop up and jump to one of the trees.
And then
Well,
we
sounds-
lose Zanza, who goes fucking invisible. Jesus Christ, man. Wait,
Yeah,
we're still
no,
buffing.
wait,
Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of which, as everyone's, we're still buffing, wait, Sierra, who has long since sort of snuck off to go apply poison to the ballista, you hear a scream of alarm from her direction.
Oh, that's not good.
That looks
Alright.
like a failed. That sounds like a failed stealth check to me, my friends.
Yeah, it sure does.
Alright.
As several of these
Oh, well,
big
good.
orange heads just slither out of the darkness.
Wait,
Did that happen before
I-
Zanza left then?
Good.
Let's see. Let Hedrah cast.
No. Here's the thing, though. Frida just reaches into her backpack and gets out a big red can with that says, well, that it's supposed to say Spanish on it, but that has been scribbled over with carrots, and gives and feeds it to Sansa. And then she plays a jaunty little tune while Sansa eats it.
is this really the time for snacking?
Oh, it's delicious though.
It's pretty much she's Popeye the shit out of Sansa. I can't really do that.
Zanza starts choking on carrots.
Everyone, please roll initiative, by the way.
Polymorph.
Alright, what does Zanza turn into? Is it giant ape?
The mighty Osuru, yes.
Giant ape Sansa! That's what I like to hear.
Big Abe Zanza.
Have you got
Alright.
the Rape Ender of Boulays as an available token there, Savin?
I sure do. Because I have the compendium.
Yay! To be fair, I don't think I pulled the. I think you actually have an ape token hanging around because that's what I used.
I
I swear
mean,
to God, if it's a picture of
probably.
a black man.
Jesus.
Well, don't
No,
you
we-
pretend like that
we-
wouldn't happen.
We're not Google, dude. We're not Google. Remember,
Dude, giant
remember they
ape is
had
such
to-
a dope stat block. It really is amazing, but that's a choice.
Hey, DCL, think
Yes.
positive. Google search had had to actually remove the word gorillas from their search because the algorithm was starting to, face match with a lot of black people.
I just blame that for fucking 4chan. I don't know how they did it, but I blame them.
I think that might just be retarded AI.
Machine learning.
Just like how Microsoft's AI got turned into a fucking Nazi in like 24 hours.
I also blame that on 4chan.
That was 4chan.
That was 4chan.
Alright, is everyone on the board? Oh, Annika needs to be on there.
I need to roll me some initiative.
A mighty four.
Why did Sierra run off on her own before everyone
She
was
needed
ready?
to apply thing to the baluster, and she thought she was stealthing, but the rolls failed us pretty hard because Savin was rolling it, so we're gonna get screwed even if it involves making an NPC do that.
It's not like this isn't Merzindi, so.
Yeah, no, in Merz and D and Stray and D, and indeed in me and D, it's the fucking NPCs are an incredible, unstoppable force.
God bless the Imperial Army.
I swear, I'm gonna need to like sit down and do a research on the dice economy and goals of every DM because they seem different.
There is some kind of graph, and yet it has been proven that the dice are so perfectly randomized. It's being done by like atomic degradation.
Maybe I can.
And yet, some people just clearly
are cursed. Yeah,
clearly are either cursed or blessed when it comes
like
to dice.
fate is stronger than science.
Maybe I can pinpoint the exact reasons why the dice play out certain ways for every DM.
Alright. Well, Firefox just crashed, so give me a sec to load back in.
Oh my.
It realized it didn't have the kill you dice loaded.
Yeah,
right
it
now,
was not prepared.
the most average roll is 10.5271, and the seed is 04352100BAB0E441A59F2 with a star indicating that this is just an approximation because the actual value is a string 256 numbers long.
So what you're saying is you can actually look onto the seeds?
Yeah, I'm telling you that you can look at the seed, but the seed is randomized by decaying atoms. It is the truest random you can get in the world, and I love that we were indicated that by Mers. There is a system, and it is called quantum rolling.
I think it's a great big fucking lie.
It feels
Actually
like a lie.
just someone
really
sitting behind the counter with a dime roller. Just
yeah, give that a peek. It is very interesting.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This does explain. Explain Third's fucking roles. Because do you remember Sav&D 2 when Third rolled six sequential ones, like 6 ones in a row?
Yeah,
that's just Third being Third, unfortunately.
yeah, that's just Third.
Third doesn't.
Like, that's some fucking astronomical chances.
Or you might say atomic chances.
Also, I find that the information like that is super interesting. The idea of rolls per hour being multiplicative to an epic spike over the period of an hour, and then settling back down again to the world average.
The point is that the dice may be random, but they have an agenda.
Yes.
Anyway.
In fact, right now the average roll is 10.49, you guys. So right now, we're slightly less good than it was 3 hours ago at 10.51.
Alright, guys. Well, good luck. The good news is...
the dice just got 0.10% out of the 248 number string of 500,000 rolls less efficient.
So the good news is Sierra actually goes first by the grace of the initiative trackers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's gonna run. Actually, no. Hold on. She's a rogue. She can cunning action. Yeah. So I'm gonna just give her a ballista action real quick, which is gonna do Dex. It's not targeting anything smaller than a person, so no penalty. It does 3d8 plus nothing. Piercing, and then also does
Don't forget the
1d4.
poison.
Yep. Necrotic. And let's see. Unfortunately, she's not proficient with siege weapons. But
before she does that, does anyone want to give Sierra inspiration?
Ah, I can give her the little one that I got from last time because of Goo.
Okay, so she will
That's a good
attack
point.
with advantage, which unfortunately can't proc sneak attack because this isn't Pathfinder. And
There
you
is
cannot...
there is a build of fucking rogue that sneak attacks every time they have advantage.
They have, that rogues do. Yeah.
Anytime anytime they would have hit with advantage, they get sneak damage. Yeah, that is actually a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She gets sneak damage.
Alright, so indeed, the Ballista Bolt
Savin.
sails true.
She does
Cool.
get.
Yeah, add in that juicy sneak. Anytime a rogue would hit with advantage, they do sneak attack damage. The difference is that occasionally they can do sneak even without advantage.
You need to read further down into that description of the feature. Let's see. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon. I mean,
it's just a ranged weapon.
It's a siege engine,
Yeah.
but
it's a ranged fucking weapon, my dude.
You know
Against
what?
something that is thrice her size.
You know what? Okay. Why not? It's not like any of you play rogues, so whatever.
Hey, I played a rogue for a while. It was fun.
I did too, but I didn't exactly stab anything.
Alright, so 15 minus 4 minus 9.
It's a pretty good starting hit.
Yeah, that is a mighty
good
blow.
opening.
Quick make great
Now
sword.
leg it.
2,
Great sword
3,
rogue would be
4,
hilarious.
5, 6. We've had one of those. His name was Cal.
Oh god, yeah, you're right. He was a melee tool.
Because fucking Fen didn't read the rules on how his weapons worked, so...
It's just funny and silly.
Alright, so Hydra group number 3 is going to go first. And they will use the Hydra's movement to free Willy.
Oh,
The
God.
Hydra jumps into the air and propels
my God.
itself.
Forgot it could do that, these motherfuckers.
Into the other leg.
Splashes
other
down
paw.
with authority.
Also, was I muted when you guys were talking about the sneak attack with
Yes.
rogue weapon? Oh, that explains why nobody heard me say you can't sneak attack without a finesse weapon.
But ranged weapons count. And Amjal, our resident
Ranged
rogue player
finesse
out of Borks. Nope, ranged weapon. It's finesse weapon or ranged weapon is the writing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. So we'll pretend that a
Ballista can be stealthy.
it's not that it's stealthy.
I mean, it's not
just-
stealthy. It's pinpointing targets. And let's face it, this motherfucker is so much bigger than her that still seems like it applies. I would argue that sure you can't sneak attack someone who is human-sized with a ballista, but fucking hell.
Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, in the meantime, Marcus.
Good luck, my dude.
Okay, so, real quickly, remind me, this guy, he's, definitely, for sure, a bad guy, right?
Oh,
Foe, 100% foe.
yeah.
Okay.
Foe as
Good.
fuck.
Because, you know,
This guy's
Absorbing
in like a
healing
lot of
things.
adventurers already, like so many, and it doesn't speak people, so it won't answer, and that's valuable smiting time.
okay, fair enough. Hydra guy, whatever, you need to dry out, because you are absorbing magic, and that tells me that you're at least partially a sponge. And a dry sponge is a happy sponge. So, to battle! And I'll charge him down.
Can't dry itself if it's constantly soaked in the blood of its enemies.
Now the warhorse could do a trampling charge, except I assume
You
it
don't
can't
want to
trample
jump into the water.
something that big.
I mean, it
You
can.
didn't actually put a size restriction on this, but let's
It can-
assume it's supposed
It
to
can
be
still
there.
do the attack, but I think if a trampling charges, then it ends up in the water, which you don't want to do.
Yeah, that.
It can attack, though. You're all right there.
Okay,
God,
so
that would be
If you
amazing. You just stomp over the Hydra and then into the water, like, oh fuck!
Just fucking ride the Hydra. All right,
also,
nice hit.
go.
Good pony.
It's yours.
Nay.
They indeed. All right, and then we've got a mounted charge on him. So, cha.
Fucking A, nice.
Dragon's Reach.
All right. Yeah, that is a solid hit.
And let's get some smites going, because this thing is not to be trifled with.
Boom.
Oh god, those were painfully low smite.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's a 2.
Oh no, I started trifling. Okay. What else do we have? We have another one of these.
All right. A 14 will not hit.
I wish I had. Sweet, sweet bless. Okay, well, that's
It's not
fine.
my turn
We've
yet. I didn't get a
got
chance
one
to
of
buff
these.
anybody.
Still
Another.
not quite enough.
14. Ow.
It's
Alright.
rubbery hide deflects my blows. No doubt it has spent this entire time preparing itself in
Preparation?
bated breath for the ultimate confrontation.
So the good news is that one of the Hydra's heads is shorn off from this combination of ballista bolting and lancing, and flops into the water, screeching and spurting blood.
Haha, one of the heads is gone and it will never come back.
Will not, indeed.
Not with the necrotic poison in it, I guess.
Right. But now it is Hydra group number 1, so a
wait,
grouping of
wait.
5 heads. Yes?
Roll.
Roll
You
what?
didn't add the necrotic poison roll there. What's your name again?
Oh,
On the
there was
ballista
necrotic
head?
damage on all of those attacks. Right.
What's the
Oh,
necrotic?
yeah.
D4.
Right.
D4. Okay,
Only one hit, but you know, that's
sure.
adds up.
We'll just roll a D4 here. Boop.
Nice.
Hey,
And hopefully that's like 8 to that
that's a
fucker.
little bit counts.
Alright. So now, the Hydra. What is she? What is she? So, Hydra group number A is going to probably spew some, yeah. Yeah, okay, so he can get Marcus, Frida, Lassie, and Zanzape in one cone attack, so he will indeed do so.
By your,
No, yours not in the blast radius. 5
really?
feet
Oh.
too short.
For
Oh.
once.
For
Or-
what?
Oh,
Once in one.
Jesus!
Jesus shit fuck!
fuck.
That is a exceptionally high roll.
So, hey,
That's
Frida.
incredible!
So, hey, Frida, would you like to have
Goodbye,
my
Lassie.
inspiration? Yeah, bye, Lassie.
Yes.
Frida,
We
you
were
can
just
have my
talking about it.
inspiration for your save.
Yes, that would be really fucking good.
It's
Zen-
con,
wow.
but it's still a pass, even with your con mod of lower.
Yeah, so
If only I had bless.
If only you had bless!
I didn't have time before the.
It's a
Right,
Constitution save, Zanza. Not...
Yeah,
Damn
but
it, Sierra.
yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's con,
it's-
but the 20s are 20.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Alright, so yes, a mighty breath attack comes your way, and it does not recharge.
Awesome.
It's good for you.
How many HP points does Lassie have?
19.
She's gone because she's a summoned steed, so it's...
Yeah, we
it
talked.
happens.
Oh,
we
okay.
talked. We talked about that earlier.
So she doesn't just get instant jibbed by the.
I mean, she technically does. She disappears at 0 hit points, but she doesn't exist sometimes.
Okay,
sometimes.
but
She'll be back
she's-
later.
Yeah, she'll be back later.
Alright, so that was Hydra Group number 1, and it's 5 mighty heads spewing breath all over the place.
Alright.
Kreshia.
I am going to leave Era behind because I don't want her to get blasted, and she'll climb into a tree and keep an eye out for crazy bullshit. I'm blade singing. And let's see here. Necrotic damage literally does more damage to this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a check to see if it's been doing more damage?
We know it at least stops the regeneration, which is...
We know that it stops
yeah, you can
regeneration.
do a nature check to see if perhaps it is being hurt worse by the necrotic.
No fucking idea.
No clue.
Gonna go by an estimate, and I'm gonna vampiric touch this guy.
Okay.
For 22.
Ooh.
That sure does hit. For
Alright,
15
and
necrotic.
I gain 15 temporary hit points.
Woo!
Nice.
Until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action. And it
Now,
lasts
is Vampiric Touch a
for-
concentration spell?
It is... Oh no, it's a concentration, so I guess I'm not using Vampiric Touch, which really is a shame.
I mean, you could just drop Annika's magic weapon, but yeah. Your choice what you want.
Magic weapon is a concentration
Yeah,
spell?
magic
Sure
weapon's
is.
concentration. Yeah, it's
What?
really a pain
brutal.
in the ass.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it made playing Kanan in COC&D kind of a pain. Because he was
Yeah.
all about the smite spells, which are also concentration for some
Yeah,
idiot reason.
I guess I get, you know what, no, I'm gonna apologize to Annika, and I'm gonna be doing Vampiric Touch so I can hang on to it a bit longer, and hope that she has a bit of a booster. I thought this would be for an opening attack, but I just happened to be quick.
Man, sorcerers are really strong if you with their you can
Twinned concentrations. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. Very nice. Being able to, like, twin haste is so cool. But yeah, no, I feel like this was just the better option in the end, because fuck, the temporary hit points is real good, guys.
It's a real strong spell.
Wait, no, it's heal in this. It's heal in 5e, so I will heal more damage if I take it. I don't think it becomes temp on top. It's a shame.
Oh, that's weird, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, the idea of an attack being vampiric healing you makes more sense than giving you temp. It's that it used to be temp.
I mean, it's like you absorb more vitality on top of what you already have, right?
Yeah. If it does more damage, I get more health, which is cool. So if it does take double, then Savin will tell me if I get injured more than 15 hit points. But
All right,
fucking...
All right,
Meh.
look. All right, look.
Yeah, ape time,
Giant
baby.
fucking ape,
Yeah, you
And
are a
that's a
giant
goddamn
fucking ape,
and that's a goddamn Hydra. It
Yep.
is time for a giant kaiju battle.
Oh god.
Zanza has
You're
no
gonna start
other-
wrestling the Hydra?
He is obligated by law to jump off this cliff and wrestle the fucking Hydra. No
Yes!
other things happen. So that's exactly
Monkey
what I'm doing.
madness!
Giant kaiju.
Man,
fight.
okay, so if I had known we were gonna do that, man, we could have fucking sold tickets to this fight in Cardenthal. Like, hey guys, you want to see a fucking giant
wanna
ape
watch some
fight a giant Hydra?
No, that
you
was
want to
one
see
of my
some
favorite-
shit, man?
That was one of my favorite parts. Fucking Blood Blockade. which is
God,
about
we could have
this
done
magic-
that. Oh man,
Which is about this
that would've been a
magical
good
city of
idea.
freak accidents and like hell leaping over. There's a point where there's a giant creature.
Fucking
we could have
Rampage? Oh my
We could have
god.
done it we could have like sold tickets to the nobles and be like, man, we could have made some money.
If you're
Ah.
feeling jaded after watching a gigantic duke go off, now you can watch a giant monkey fight a supersized Hydra that spits cancer.
So yeah, Zanza's leaping over and pretty much jumping on this motherfucker, and we
And
doing
I will
this.
be back in like 5.
Alright.
So I need to figure out if I want to actually wrestle it or just punch it, because he had. Oh my god, the monkey has an athletics of 9, right? And grappling uses athletics, right?
Yeah. I mean, this thing is 2 size categories larger than you, so I don't think you can grapple it.
Ah, really? Fuck. How big am I?
You are huge size. This thing is gargantuan.
Fuck. Fine.
It is
punch.
many bigs.
All right, fine.
It
We'll
is
punch
many.
We'll
It
punch
is a bigly Hydra.
fist and fist.
All right, 2 hits.
For 11 and 16, I will punch it in its fucking body.
Yeah, you punch it so hard, in fact, that you rip one of its heads off.
I just want to say,
Nice.
I want to say like in character, Zanzape is just basically leaping on and trying to rip off heads.
And indeed he does. Indeed he does. Mary.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go over here. Wait, what is the range on Bless again? It's like 60 feet or
30
something?
feet, I believe.
30 feet.
Which is still everyone but Kreshia from where you're standing.
Yeah. I can't get Zanza. I could get. Let's see. Who's gonna be
Wait.
using the most Bless. Probably, I mean, Marcus and Kreshia are going to be doing it. Sierra, maybe?
Wait,
Or maybe Annika.
Mary. On the contrary. Look here.
I can only do 3 people.
Okay.
I don't have any cleric levels
3.
yet. Marcus,
1, 2,
those 3? Yeah, I guess I can.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be right in the
face smashers.
You guys are going to be in the epicenter, so I'll move 15 feet. 20 feet.
I like your use of the word epicenter.
Yeah. And I will throw up a scroll of bless. I'm glad I keep getting all these scrolls.
Alright. Hit me with that Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Yes.
problem. So who's getting
Marcus, Zanza, and Kreshia. And then I'm going to get the fuck out. Then I'm going to get over here.
I think you mean Zanzape?
And then I'm going to use my bonus action. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hex.
Nice. Alright. Little duder's gonna get his little hex mark. Bloop. What do you do? Oh.
I guess I'll be over actually right here. You get a good play.
Alright. Hydra group numero dos. Well, breath ain't recharged, so it is going to drop some bite attacks. It will bite Kreshia once. Nom. Nope.
Nom.
And then it will bite Marcus once. Nom.
Bitch, I am a giant fucking ape on your face.
It does it by head group. You're probably going to get bit out a whole bunch, my dear man. There's like a lot of head groups yet to go. Or is it just 2 left now?
It's just 1 left this initiative pass.
Oh, okay.
Only
cool.
4 groups.
They all happen quite quickly.
Yeah. Frida.
Frida is goat.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, I'm put. Ponder. Okay, so Marcus is brined at the moment, so we have to take care of that. Okay, so let's see. Ponder. Yes, okay, by the way, it has ginormous OP area, right? Stay.
Sweet. I think you've cut off the
Savin.
head.
Hmm?
Oh, do you need the bacon?
Oh, the bacon, yes.
No, not that. Not this. I had to. I think brain is still slowly booting up. It takes a lot for.
That's fine. I was zoned out thinking about kebabs.
Thinking about kebabs, the like. I don't want to say it out loud because it's only, I can only get away with that in text.
Okay, just see. It has OP area of giant, right? Or
It
area.
probably does. That's a reasonable assumption to make.
Okay, so
God fucking damn it.
What's up?
I'll say after Hedra's turn.
Okay.
okay, I drink a potion. But potion is 2d4 plus 2, right? A healing potion, right?
2d4 plus 2, yes.
There's a healing potion button now.
Yes, yes there is.
Ah, there is. Okay, so plus 7, and then I go up and go to Marcus. And I cast Cure Wounds at higher level. Lovable fuck monkey.
That sure was a lot of 2s and a 1.
I am so sorry for this horrible fucking roll.
We need that radiant
That is really, really rough. Holy shit.
We need more healing.
Oh my god, that could have been such a big number.
Alright.
That could have been 27. It was 8.
We need more healing.
There we go. Alright. So, yeah, the Hydra's gonna bite Zanza a bunch. Seems like a thing to do.
Oh wow, those are some low rolls again.
Yeah, see, it's
but
making up.
My armor class as a giant ape is only 12.
Well, you get hit twice.
It's a good thing you have like
many heads just pulling
130
at
something
you.
hit points left.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Oop.
Alright. And Annika. Alright, show these nerds what you can do. Which is to say, throw a spell at it.
Shit, I mean, just like resilient magic missiles, or she has
Actually,
level 2
she can
necrotic
in fact get
attacks.
into melee, so I think she'll do that first.
Oh, does she have like booming blade and shit?
Hell yeah. Oh wait, no, she can't get into melee because there's that drop there. She will instead move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over here, and then huck herself a chromatic orb.
Nice.
Boom! Holy
And I'm gonna
shit.
assume she. Wow, that's an incredibly high roll. I never see pets roll that high on a chromatic orb. That's for fucking sure.
Alright, well, she's gonna choose lightning.
Could she not choose necrotic?
It is not an option for chromatic orb.
Oh right, yeah, chromatic. What was it, blast or spray or something? Is
Then
got
why do you
necrotic in it.
Then why do you use the word choose, damn it?
You do choose, but you don't have the choice of all of the things. There is a chromatic ability that has radiant and necrotic in it, but I guess it's not orb.
Guess that's not the one she has.
Now,
Correct.
I'm just gonna roll a thing real quick. Cool.
I don't like it
Awesome.
when you say something's cool.
Well, I imagine the separate heads do like saves or some shit, but that's just guessing. Hopefully.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
That's right, you use Chaos Bolt. It's different from Chromatic Orb. But Chaos Bolt isn't chosen, it's randomly
Chaos
defined
Bolt is
by
just
the dice you
inherently
roll.
inferior to Chromatic Orb in every way, though.
It has more options and the damage numbers are roughly identical.
I think it has like one more damage option, but otherwise...
It has Radiant Necro in it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, well. It is Syrah's turn. Ballista time.
Yeah.
She will use her rogue cunning action to reload the thing, and then boop, and miss.
Does she not?
Yeah, the bolt just binks off of the Hydra's scales and careens into the water.
So if I ever have my own army, I need to have rogues on ballista.
Cunning actions are legit.
I already regret all of this.
To be fair, she's only got now one more shot of poison to bolt, otherwise it's just normal damage afterwards, right?
Correct.
That is true.
Also, no, Chaos Bolt does less damage and less damage at higher levels. So,
But it does have the extra type variations of Necrotic and Radiant, right?
yes, that you can maybe get.
That you might get, yes, of course. But it's also a cantrip.
No, it's not. It's a first level spell.
Is it not a cantrip? It's
No.
a first level?
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, Chaos Bolt has longer range.
Alright,
That also
anyway.
makes sense, I suppose.
So it's lair action time.
Yeah, I was thinking Savin was being merciful and forgotten about lair actions, but then I saw him on the initiative.
If you roll doubles on the damage, you can choose a second target within 30 feet of the first. Okay, that's pretty gross. That's pretty good then.
Alright, that does make it actually pretty decent then. Anyway, for the moment, remember how last time some mist came out of the water and charmed Zanza for a while?
Yeah.
Hey
I
Zanza,
don't
have your
remember
monkey
that.
make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna spend inspiration on this.
It's
Okay.
DC 20, my man.
Oh!
That was really good, but not enough.
Ah, you have bless.
You're bless!
You
Bless!
Okay.
1d4.
Please.
You also get +2 from being in
Oh,
marks
okay,
as
then.
well.
Oh, then you already
Oh.
passed. Yes! Fuck
Fucking
you,
Paladin
man!
auras. Alright.
Thank God for the fucking bless.
And Marcus. Mostly
No,
Marcus.
Thanks
in
all
this
for
case.
Marcus.
I mean, thank God for Marcus Bless.
Yeah.
Alright, well, the mist surrounds this giant ape, but you just, beat your chest and keep fighting.
You see, if I was a monk, I could just end that on my turn. But if I'm a great ape, oh God, that would have been really bad.
Yeah, so the Hydra's going to rear back with head group number 3, and it is going to vomit forth cancerous energies
Oh.
all over the three
I'm
of you.
dead.
I believe.
I
You
mean,
wouldn't roll like 40
I
out of
really
60
hope
damage.
Frida's not literally dead, but it is possible at this point.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fucking die.
I believe.
Alright,
Its head didn't recharge.
it did.
No, it didn't. You rolled a 4.
And then I rolled a 2 and a 6. It can only
Oh,
use the
you
breath
get-
on one turn, but yeah, it gets a chance to recharge on every head.
What, for every head? Fuck.
Well, for
Yeah,
every head
exactly.
group. So for every 5 heads.
That's so fucked.
Exactly.
That's so fucked.
I mean, he's not denying it.
Jesus, ow.
I thought we did something about like how much.
Yeah,
it
you used to
could
be able to
actually
just use
reach
it whenever it was up on any of the 4 head group turns.
Oh.
But I said, no, that's a little bit too gross considering how much damage
It's
it
only
does.
going to be slightly ridiculous.
Whoa.
Oh, Marcus. Open
Just
wide and
half
receive
damage.
cancer.
Half damage.
Uh,
He's got it. Oh, that's another fucking save. Aced save. I'm wasting all my crits on this shit, man.
It's fine, I'm sure. How hurt does this fucker look?
it's missing several heads and is spurting blood everywhere.
When does it lose a head group?
Every 25 damage or so. But it can only lose 1 head per turn.
Oh, no, the head group. Oh, no, so it's because it's only going turn by turn. Does it not lose a specific head group then, or is it...
It loses heads from whichever group went last.
Right.
We still got some work.
Yes!
Oh shit.
Still alive!
Here's the thing though. If I had not succeeded that, she would have been dead.
Well, she would have been unconscious.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
What's your hit
died,
point
but
max?
you would have been unconscious. For
You have
sure.
to go negative hit point max in that same hit to kill you.
Okay, yeah, then she would have just been murked so fucking hard. She would have been very close then.
Yeah, she would have been very close to death, but would not have died. So, Marcus, you only take half damage, so that's good.
Yeah, I forgot about that on the first breath weapon also, so I corrected my hit points.
Yeah, I was wondering why you took so much damage from that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot about that little thing.
Hey guys, guess what amazing thing I can do when my turn rolls around? I can make vampiric touches as attack actions now that I've casted it, so I can extra attack with it.
So that
Uh,
How great is that shit?
little Frida, your bravery is commendable, but the front lines is no place for a small goat. I will lay on hands and restore 34 hit points to you.
no place for a
Sweet!
soften the squishy goat.
Well, I'm maxed up again, so
Holy shit! That's such a big heal! Is that your whole pool?
I have one left for stabilizing.
For stabilizing, it's a good pool.
I had the. If you can choose how much you can keep. I only need 31.
Okay.
Just that way.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty then.
You can only make one vamp attack.
Yep.
But it's vampiric.
It's not a
happens as
weapon
part of an
attack.
attack action.
No, it's not a weapon.
Oh, it doesn't count as a weapon, so you
Nope.
can't use it as a multiple attack action.
You can make the
I'm
attack again
sad.
as an action per spell description. Yeah.
But now that I've hit something with a necrotic attack, did it seem to do more damage?
You can make that nature check again. But in the meantime, Marcus and Kreshia are both going to get bit again,
Sure.
respectively. So I think that's a hit on Marcus.
You sure it's not an attempt to hit me instead?
No.
Ah, I'm sorry, Marcus.
Well,
Ah,
you know,
Marcus.
shielded.
It's goat dead.
Meh.
Meh.
Wait, no, it's a whistle, isn't it?
Yeah.
God.
You know, when I see that, I just imagine like
Goat is
she
intensifying.
whistle and this tiny little goalkeeper note goat just jumps in the way and just catches the attack.
Yep. So yeah, sorry, it's 17 enough to see if it was actually doing more damage to it to blast it with vamp.
Not that you can tell.
Okay. Then I'm going to swap from vampiric for now and stab it twice.
Okay.
With a poisoned weapon. Bam bam! I think that first one misses, but the
Sure
second
does.
one is a decent enough hit, and it does an
But
extra
wait, you
necrotic.
have Bless.
Oh. 1d4.
But wait, there's Bless.
Nope,
Fucking-
does not help. But on the second hit, you do 15 damage.
Yep.
But wait, there's more.
Alright. It is not looking so great. Giant 8, can you rip
Is it
off
at
some more
least
heads?
Is it at least sub 100 now? Fucking hell.
I don't know.
Ugh.
So what is the
Right,
penalty
okay.
for grappling something two size categories bigger than you?
I'm pretty sure you just can't.
Fucking fuck. I mean, it's
It's-
got these tiny little noodle heads. Can I just?
They're
string
not
little-
tiny little noodle hands. Each one's the thickness of your body.
Fine.
Oh my. Also, that picture is great of just like watching a radiant beam happen. And him
Hell
mutating.
with it. Oh wait, bless. I have bless.
Oh, yeah, I'll copy this for stream so
Bless.
they can see it.
Aw.
No. But the second one hits and does 18 damage to Senor
I
Hydra.
can't wait
Punch,
till I get.
and you rip off another head from group number
Yeah.
1.
Cannot wait until I can take a cleric level. Then I can use just bless the whole party at once.
And also Guiding Bolt, the awesomest cleric spell.
Yes.
Oh wait,
Just one of
Kreshia,
the
do you
best
have
level one
an AC
spells.
of 23 or less?
23 or less? Yes, it's less than 23.
Alright, then that second attack did bite you. I forgot this thing has enough heads that it gives itself advantage.
Oh, okay. Then I use shield and it doesn't
Okay,
bite me.
that's fine.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a good thing to remember though. Thank you for the warning there.
Yee.
In fact, would that have hit me earlier and I'd had to shield through it?
Maybe? I don't, it doesn't matter.
No, let's not go back to it, yeah. And hit me. Let's not go back to it and deal damage to me.
Alright, Mary.
Okay. I'm gonna sit right back here
I believe in you, Mary.
and fling Eldritch Blast.
Woohoo! Aw,
Miss.
yay.
Boo.
Well,
Nice, I
you got
hit.
your D6 from Hex.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, it's necrotic, right?
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Yes.
Nice. This thing is not looking so hot. is
Shouldn't
starting
be.
to flood the waters around it with blood. But it's not done yet.
You cut out. It said it's certain flood the waters with
Blood.
but. The waters are flooded with butt, my friends. Look out.
There's a
Alright,
lot of
let me
blood
just
in the
change
water.
Someone put
servers
butt in the
here.
water.
It's gonna stand up and actually be a thick dragon waifu, and now we can't kill it.
It's too late. My sociopathy comes in handy.
It's 2-ape.
You know, you can't claim sociopathy when you have a love for cute things. I take that card away from you.
Are you sure that you can? Because I feel like being self-centered enough to make decisions based on how cute something is pretty close to being a sociopath.
It's close, but not fully.
I don't know. We'll leave it to
Alright.
some of the other decisions I make.
So, the Hydra will now bite the giant ape twice.
Yarm, yarm.
Nyam. Nyam.
God, that's such a gentle scratch on a giant ape. It's unreal.
I know. Jesus.
It's I know you know my pain, Savin, you son of a bitch. When you did
This
that,
poor little Hydra
Like,
just chomp, chomp, chomp,
took
chomp,
fucking
chomp, chomp, chomp.
took fucking 5 lava boulets to fucking take Theory out of giant ape form. The squishy caster.
This ape, giant apes are fucking insane with how much health they have.
Mental.
This is the mighty Ozaru.
Alright, Frida, you're up.
See, I only told Hedrah that this existed because you used it against me. Be aware that the danger goes both ways.
Okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, exactly. Hedrah would have had no fucking idea it was this broken unless I told her. She was so determined to pick some other fucking spell, but no. The broken one that turns your Monku into a death ape.
Just remember I can dispel this.
If you can cast a spell, sure.
I mean, it's not like most of the enemies we don't run up against are mages.
Well, to be fair as well, it's like it doesn't matter how much damage you take as an ape. When ape disappears via damage or dispel, you return to yourself at the health you were at before you were transformed, which could still be fucking plenty.
I still wouldn't want to give. I would not. Zanza
you're
has
up.
been in moments where he's been alone in the back lines or the front lines before. Wouldn't give Savin. I don't want to give Savin that opportunity. Is all I'm saying.
Alright, 17 hit points to Marcus.
That's a good roll. You didn't even have bacon out, did you?
Nope.
All the goaty band-aids across Marcus' face.
Jesus Christ. That is awful.
That's broken. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Ravenloft,
The
isn't it?
next head group.
Wait, the next hag group? Oh, game over.
Game over at
So
level
bad.
18 hags, everybody!
No!
No, next group of heads.
No. No. You guys shut up. I'm not fucking done yet.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a bonus.
I have
Sorry, that was a stand you
goddamn
have a bonus.
action.
That's right, carry on.
Gosh dang it.
I'm sorry.
Can you give, are you able to plant bardic inspiration on people like other bards? Like give them a 1d8 to
Yes.
spend on an attack?
That's a bonus action.
Dope.
So yes. Who the fuck am I supposed to do that to though?
I guess Sarah, since she's got a bolt attack coming up soon, and it's her last poison bolt of the lot.
No, shit. No. God damn it, you piece of shit. It will fucking work. Yeah. Within, no, wait. 45. No, only within, 30 feet, I think it is.
Well, we need you backing out anyway.
Yeah, but I can't because it's gargantuan if I have to spend an action to disengage, remember?
I suppose here's the query, Savin. How many oppies does it get when you leave this thing's space? I know that might be a bit of a meta question, but it also might be
I will
obvious how
meta
much stuff
answer
can attack
with
you.
as many as it has heads.
Ah, Cox.
Yeah, as
Move
you
cut
see.
off. Yeah, no, you're
uh,
right. No, that's not a good move anymore.
I mean, assuming
Yeah,
Frida's
so-
inside its reach anyway.
Yeah.
It's a big boy. Yeah. It's not a terrifyingly inept example.
Yeah, but still, this fucker...
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no. So, I'm gonna give Marcus some more love here.
So many squeezes on Marcus's sweet plate-coated buns.
Tweet, tweet.
Why do you think she's molesting him? Seriously.
Because we all remember Becky.
We do remember Becky with her back port healing. That was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, but...
No, Frida's a sweetie. I don't think she's literally molesting people. No, I don't think Frida's literally molesting people, but it is really funny to refer to healing as a grope on hands.
So should I be drawing
Oh god, the dice are just
Yes,
cunts.
you should.
Should I be drawing a blushing Frida, groping Marcus's tight buns?
No, Frida's too sweet. Can you put Frida in a cuddle puddle?
So you're saying that you think that Frida would sexually assault Marcus?
God damn it, dude. Not in this political climate, damn it!
Is that what you're saying?
Hashtag Marcus too.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Can we not?
Fucking damn it! Fine, I'm done. I'm done.
I'm just gonna eat Kreshia.
Continue with biting me. Aw, healing head pats happen in return. See, no, that's the kind of sweetness we really appreciate. Ow, you dick!
So miss with the first, and then no amount of shielding can save you from a crit that just tickles you a little bit.
Ow! Thank fuck you rolled low.
That's what you get for thinking.
You know what? Yeah,
talk shit, get hit.
Yeah, I had it coming fine, but still, fuck you. Ow.
All right, and then the NPCs. Can they do it? We'll find out. Annika is going to rush up into melee. She's gonna strike out with her quarterstaff.
Oh, that's a good hit.
She's gonna hit because fucking swole wizard here. But wait, there's actually it's just 8 damage. Actually, she's not high enough level to green flame it.
What level is Annika?
Good question.
Can I make an insight test on just how strong is Annika? I'm worried that we've been pulling her into her own fucking death.
I mean, you can make an Arcana check to sort of suss out her magic that she's used in front of you.
Fuck that noise. Insight for dice level.
That's not a thing.
I'm pretty sure you can insight for hit dice.
I'm not going to tell you how many hit dice something has. Ever.
Alright, fine. How strong is this bitch?
The only magic you've ever seen her cast is level 1. It's entirely possible, theoretically, with that knowledge, that she might just be like level 2.
Oh god.
Entirely possible.
That means she has, like, at best 20 hit points, even with, like, Amazon Constitution.
She just acts.
Is it
like
less than 20?
All the shit.
Is it less than 20? Have we been letting her fight in one-shot range this whole fucking encounter?
Look, she might have 12 hit points.
Fuck! What?
How has she never gone? Wait, how long?
Oh my god!
She's like level 1.
Really?
No, that's level 2. I had 12 at level 2.
No, I mean,
but I rolled high.
How long have we had her in our group?
This is the first time we've gone into a fight with her.
Oh,
Annika pretending she's hot
2?
shit.
Yeah, because you guys got her quest hook like at the beginning of the game, and you finally found her in session like 35 when she'd been sitting around here not succeeding quests. So yeah, she's still level 2, the level appropriate to when you picked up her quest line.
She doesn't want to fucking go anywhere. She wants to kill the Hydra.
Okay, in all fairness, it's not like we have fucking scouters to see meta power levels.
No, we don't have it, but holy shit. Shit, she's been this entire time in one-shot range and we never noticed. Thank fuck she's never hurt this thing properly.
Alright.
She's never drawn its ire.
Let's see if the low-level NPC with a extremely large longbow can kill steel for you guys.
I mean, that really is what it is. It's really just a really big longbow.
And it's a poison shot. It's a
no.
The plaster just breaks, didn't it?
Yeah, it got lit on fire once, and now, it just straight up breaks.
Quick, Syrup, pick up the poison bolt and ram the monster.
Alright.
That's better than the
I mean, yeah, she could actually just pick up the ballista bolt, and it's as big as a spear.
It's better than the ballista bolt shooting one of us, so...
3, 4, 5.
If you just give her
6.
a javelin and a weapon.
Alright, she will run up into position to stab it next turn. But alas, the low-level NPC with a longbow does not steal the kill. What a shame. Alright, but for now...
For now.
Kreshia.
Yeah.
Would you like to make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, oh yeah, you're out of my aura.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Anyone got inspiration?
I spent mine.
It's not good. I'm not great at it. Actually, no, I say I'm not great at it. I get +5.
I believe in you, Kreshia.
Fuck you!
This poor Hydra.
Yeah, my iron
Poor
hard
Hydra.
Kreshia brain.
Alright. It has enough heads to still get advantage on its attacks here, so it will bite Sierra once and then Kreshia once. Or no, it'll bite the giant ape once and Sierra once. In reverse order.
I was busy thinking about butts and stuff. You can't break through.
Sure doesn't hit Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra!
But hits the giant ape for 14.
Big deal.
And Marcus. Let's see if the Paladin's got what it takes.
Come on, it's
Bring
gotta
down
be
the
close.
mighties.
This guy's gotta be like sub 50 now.
Well, let's
Go, Marcus.
give it a shot here. Plus a d4.
I believe.
Nope.
Oh.
Believe wrongly.
Alright,
Also,
try
that was
this again.
probably the wrong button. Unless you took an action to Sacred Weapon at some point.
Before we started
Oh,
the
okay,
thing.
fair enough.
Did you guys not hear me when we were doing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pre-battle preparations?
Yeah, it was in prep.
Ah, but
I
you get
will-
to reroll that damage.
Yes.
Reroll that damage.
Oh,
Sick.
shit. 12, 13, 14, 15. And do you want to roll a
1d4?
d4?
Oh yeah.
Come on. It's gotta be close.
I was hoping Savin would have said it's dead.
No.
It's
Oh,
dead!
Yes!
The necrotic poison eats through this foul beast's hide,
I
and
cast the cantrip.
something inside of it just switches off, and with a roar, the Hydra takes a couple of stumbling steps back into the water, thrashing its heads around, and then it explodes.
Yep, I use the, while it's even like thrashing, I'm gonna use that scroll.
Okay. Could you all make a dex saving throw, please? Except Zanza,
Everyone
because
who's
it
on the
doesn't
shore.
matter.
I'm fine. I backflip whilst using the scroll.
Alright, so...
I have Mary, the cantrip.
Yeah, I know. I've got I'm gonna do my thing after once
Yep.
the damage,
Boom.
once this explosions,
Ow.
Alright, so it's full damage on a fail. DC is 12.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, cool. Annika lives, because that might... No, 24 would have killed her.
Yeah,
Shit,
24
that
would
would've
kill.
been very close. Jesus Christ, you could have killed her on its dying blow.
Yeah.
That would have been brutal.
Ironic.
Well,
Hey,
that's what she gets.
detail.
I mean, that's what she gets
Rob.
for being,
Fuck yeah. Well,
Boop.
good job, guys. We did it. We did the thing. We set out, do a quest in a single mission, in a single session, and we went out and we did it.
Yeah, damn right we did.
Era! I snuggled the shit out of Era.
Ira lives!
Yay!
She spoder waves.
Yeah.
I will
I
use
think
my
just in the future,
scroll.
I'm happy to take it as a flaw for Kreshia, but I'll take a
No.
disadvantage on saves that would kill
This-
Era in the blast of AoE to
detail.
save her.
Yes.
Is that reasonable to take as a flaw?
The ape form lasts an hour.
Oh, I didn't change myself
Captain.
back.
It doesn't matter unless you want to keep Zanza as a big stupid ape.
No, it's well. Here's the thing, though. It's one
He's
intelligence
kind of
point
just
dumber
stuck
than
as an
him.
ape for like an hour.
No,
just stuck like that.
I can.
Oh, you
No,
can dismiss as a free.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we have to get the corpse out of there. You know, the lake there, the water. You know.
We still need the heart. That is true.
So
So while you're saying that, Annika just shrugs her cloak off, throws her hat to the side, and dives into the water. Sploosh,
You know
still
what?
full of that
I'll do-
horrible
I'll-
black blood.
I'll do the same and help her out. If I've still got vampiric aura
Yeah.
on myself, I'll like beat like slabs of cancerous looking meat sort of floating on direction. I'll just bat it away with a necrotic hand.
Just
So-
to point out that Sansa actually just reached up and dragged the body up on the shore.
He can do, sure, but she just already dived
Yeah.
in like an idiot. And here you
Yeah,
go, I've added a new
but-
flaw to Kreshia. I love her. I will take disadvantage on AoEs to save her.
But what, Hedrah?
Sansa reaches in, grabs
No.
corpse, pulls
No.
it up.
It is infinitely too heavy. It's like 20 dragons strapped to each other.
But it exploded, so it's half its gone. So it's 10 dragons.
That's still a lot of weight, so no, I don't think... He can maybe, like,
Oh,
pull it up to the shore a little bit, but...
It's like
Yeah,
23
but
strength.
like-
Yeah, either
that's
way,
what I mean.
it's not like you're
So
going to
yeah,
drag it out of the lake.
so we've used our cantrip scrolls and Keena's used the greater scroll. Like Kreshia did the spell and then like dived in after Annika and left like the withered parchment there behind. Fucking happens, dude.
Alright, yeah, that's a good point. So as the two mages are sat there trying to harness this thing's essence, would you both make Arcana checks, please?
We have to
Yeah,
actually
Bardic.
prepare Bardic and
What the fuck is that?
Bard. So roll
I'm
your Bardic
sorry.
inspiration.
There's no
Also your
point. I
blast.
rolled double nat once.
It's a skill
It's a
check.
test. All right, fine. 1d8, 1d4. Maybe I'll roll max on them both. Maybe I'll roll actually amazingly well on both of them and turn that into a 16.
Would
What?
anyone like to?
what?
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 I'm confused.
You have a cantrip, dude. Why would I give you this?
Oh, you didn't
I
give me
hit,
Bardic, so it's just
Oh,
the
you're
bless.
giving me
No.
Bardic.
And also,
Yeah,
Bless
so
doesn't apply to
giving-
tests.
Oh, it doesn't.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
All right then.
that's
So I
good.
got double ones.
Yeah, okay.
Hi
So you, like, feel an intense pain in your fingertips as you, like, short out the magic itself and go, ow! Meanwhile,
Sounds
Mary,
like-
would you give me an Arcana check?
Would anyone like to give me advantage on this so I don't fucking whiff it?
I wish I could, but I don't have, unless someone's been charmed by me recently.
Let me see.
You
Has
know,
I
Annika
have
been
advantage.
charmed by Kreshia?
I'll give you advantage.
I feel like there's
Cool,
a...
thanks. All right, so advantage, and you're giving me Bardic inspiration.
Yes, you were the one getting it.
Well, it's a good thing you had advantage. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ! It wants
Please,
us
I just
to
want to
fail.
make it. I just want to make Marcus glow, baby.
There we
Fuck
go.
yeah, 20.
Yes!
Okay, so Mary reaches up and casts a spell, and while Kresh is busy falling into the lake, you see for a moment the outline of the Hydra still sticking up proudly from the water, breathing its horrid breath. Before it shrinks and shrinks and crystallizes into a tiny little orb in Mary's hands, becomes this iridescent blue sphere. You have a soul stone.
Cool. Put that down in my inventory.
But yeah, if I'll swim down and join Annika, and with my superior, not level 2 constitution, I'll help her harvest this thing's heart before it's too late.
Such a levelist. Alright, make a survival
No,
check.
I say levelist, but we're okay. A what check, sorry?
Survival check, she will give you advantage, because she's assisting you.
I feel like
What the fuck? I got a 5.
So, about them dice.
Well,
The
the
dice
good
hate me,
news
man.
is its heart somehow survived the explosion mostly intact. The bad news is it doesn't look
it.
like anything else here is safe to salvage. It's been tainted by whatever this Hydra consumed, and you see no evidence of the Residium shard anywhere.
Fuck, so although we managed to get the heart but no other parts.
Correct.
Alright. Now that that's been established, if I'd rolled like less dog shit, could I have retrieved some Residium?
Possibly.
Yeah, alright, fine.
Still, Annika will swim to the shore and pull you out. And
Blech.
yeah, you're both covered in, like, black sludge. She'll
like
just prestidigitate.
Yeah, I'll like gently hand off the heart to Sierra and Ira to just hold up respectively, and just a lot of prestidigitation's about to happen.
Mission complete.
See,
God
Annika
damn
will
it! Like
look
legitimately,
delighted.
Kreshia's got a great series of like skills in my favorite stats. Like her specialties are in my favorite skill lines: acrobatics, arcana, history, insight, investigation, performance, which is a lot of fun, persuasion, and survival, which is great.
You can't
All of those.
roll.
I can't fucking roll though, baby.
I'm just like
Sure has been a lot of nat ones lately.
It sure has been a fucking dogshit streak for Kreshia, but I love her skill line. I love Kreshia. She's inefficient as fuck. Like,
you
legitimately.
can't roll.
Yeah, legitimately, if I built her better, she would be even stronger. But as she is, she's pretty decent. But my dice.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good your
My
build is if you
dice.
can't roll above
Yeah,
5.
I can't roll above a 5. It's so painful to be like, I should be a legitimate level 6 adventurer.
But you're level 7.
Wants to have a word with you.
Yeah, no, but she's about as efficient as a level 6 adventurer.
Excuse me, Pets would like to have a word with you about bad dice luck.
That's true. You know what? I'll give that. Poor pets.
Alright, so yeah, Annika
Poor
looks delighted as she sees the heart and all its glory out of the water, and she'll come over and she'll lift it up out of Sierra's hands and sort of almost cradle it like a baby in her arms and say...
Fine, I'm gonna make my silent insight check because I don't like that look.
Alright.
I feel like this is a moment where she's finally proud to have achieved a goal she set out to do, because she's been like a grifter this entire time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough. She's just proud.
She looks really proud of herself. And
Yeah,
she turns to you guys and says, "Well, all right. Let's get this back to Meridia. And then I'll go with you to this ancestor of mine." Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's alright. We got.
Like, I'll let you know, she's got some creepy fucking golems, but she's a sweetie.
She sort of, like, furrows her brow. "What do you mean, creepy golems?"
Well, I mean, she's capable of making golems, and, like, one of them is made of dude flesh.
Oh.
But, you know, whatever.
And you're
She
trying to
hasn't
tell
had
me
anyone...
she's not evil.
I'm telling you, she's not evil. Imagine you're like last stand, and you're a super powerful arc wizard, and you knew you were about to fight to the very death.
That doesn't make necromancy okay.
No.
I mean,
No.
I don't think it constitutes.
Blah. What do you think you were preparing your spell book if you're about to fight to the death? How much of that would be evocation magic and conjuration, and how much of that would be useful being able to just like manipulate the real world and do some like cleaning around the place magic? She had to make do with like fucked up war magic in the place of having a maid.
Wait, so that is necromancy?
Not really, it's conjuration. No.
Yeah,
transmutation? Right. Sort of. It's like a weird mix of both, but she had like pieces of people.
It sounds evil to me.
Yeah, like sort of, but she's a sweetheart.
All
trust
right,
me.
well...
I will look to Annika like, trust me, I saw her spell book. It's fucking dope.
She will just like open her arms and indicate her like sludge slathered clothes, and she'll say, "Do you see a spell book?"
Hey, look, a sorcerer can always learn, because guess what? Alchemy and enchantment totally fucking don't need a book. She knows what she's about.
Annika will just roll her eyes and say, "Well, a deal's a deal. I just hope you know what you're doing."
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, if it doesn't work out, you just fucking leave.
So she'll let me.
Well, okay, yeah, that was always a possibility, but we had to teach her how not to get her brain stolen as opposed to the reverse of possession. Do you know how protection versus evil from good works? We'll pick up a scroll of it on the way back.
If it comes to that, of course we'll be there to help you.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be an issue. She had sex with the cute little bunny boy over there because he's got magic limbs.
Annika will just like throw her hands up and say, "You folk are certainly strange."
We are.
Wait, no, hold on.
I mean,
you're adventurers.
There we go. And also, I mean, come on. Amazons, and then I'll indicate Zanza. Fuck boys. It's gonna happen.
Hey, I'm an Amazon, and
And you like fuckboys, right? Come on.
no, look at him. He's tiny.
Ooh, do you like Slamazonians too?
I am one.
Wait, do I hear that he's tiny comment?
Oh, but
Yeah,
you
I
sure
mean,
you
she's
wanna
speaking
smash?
loudly enough.
I mean, I'm small. I wouldn't say tiny.
Yeah, sure.
Sweetie,
also
you're
he
half
has
my
got, like-
size.
He
Say
has
what?
got like a foot of penis.
That
Look,
just
that-
sounds
that thing that-
uncomfortable.
It's it's a thong of holding.
Look, all I'm saying is, me, I like a man with some meat on him. And she'll sort of, like, glance Marcus's way as you all are packing up and retrieving your equipment.
Sure. You know what? Because I'm that kind of person, I want to try and see if I can hook up Marcus and Annika for some smash. You know, we've got some travel to get to Meridius because we fought in, what, late noon?
Yes, so you'll be there tomorrow evening, basically.
Alright, so we've got a night to make it happen. How can I organize some kind of encounter?
Do you really
I'll
think
help.
Marcus is gonna take to this, though?
I will absolutely help you do this.
Do you
Damn
really
right.
think Marcus is gonna take to this, though? Just gotta have
I don't know. So, Edge, here's the thing. Like, I know that Marcus finds people attractive in cases. If Marcus were to be directed in the direction of particularly muscular, buxom Amazonian woman dressed in attractive clothing with a long blonde mane of hair, would Marcus show an interest?
That's very flattering, but we kind of have a important thing to do. Crusades and stopping vampires and stuff.
Sure, but there's no saying that you can't try and help humanity spread its course, and Amazons are about as close to humans as you're gonna get. And also, she's very hot.
I don't know how the genetic thingies work, so I couldn't say. In my
This-
time, typically when a human and another species, did the act, it created a half breed that, was not always welcome in polite society.
Well, I mean,
Sure, but
have
they'd
you
always be
seen
loved, and
have you seen the people that are around?
this could be the first step to getting humans back.
Well,
Holy
I mean,
shit! Like this could
they
be
do
the
say that Amazons
Marcus. You
are
could bang
the-
your way back to humanity.
well, Amazons are supposed to be the not ancestors.
Proto-humans, right?
Or
No,
they're what came
they're-
after humans.
Yeah, they came. Sorry, not
after humans,
proto-humans.
the
I
remnant
forget the
of
word instead
humanity.
of proto.
Besides, we couldn't do any of that.
The
until
descendants of humanity. That's what
We
it is.
couldn't
Yeah.
do any of that until after we were done with our adventures. There's no way Marcus is going to leave a child off while he tries
I'm-
to risk his life to save
I'm
the
gonna
world.
look sidelong. Hey, Zanza, I'm sure you've heard it mentioned before, but Mary's kind of pregnant with my kid, right?
I mean, that's very questionable, and I've had many things to say on that. But you're princesses, so Zanza shrugs.
Royalty isn't an excuse, but also there's the fact that if Marcus were to, I don't know, whoopsie
Leave
woo,
behind
here
an
comes
heir.
the goo inside this
Jesus
Amazon
Christ.
lady.
Look,
I
all
love
I'm-
that phrase. I love it unabashedly.
All I'm saying is that I'm not sure Marcus is comfortable with this. If
That's
if
true.
he is, he can speak up, of course. But
And I
You-
wouldn't want to push.
Zanza-
And I'm gonna go, even like while they
Zanza.
were talking, Marcus, my man. I'm gonna like throw an arm over his shoulder. Now I'm actually taller than him. Marcus,
Yeah.
she's a very attractive lady, and she's been on the travel, and she's been on the wrong side of people for a real good, and she has no fucking idea. She's been on the wrong side of people for like a real long time. Having a little romp with a good-natured man like yourself might honestly be a good thing for her. You can have a roll around, have a fucking fantastic time, and you know what? I'll even help you cook breakfast in the morning so that everyone can be in an awesome mood. It might be good for you both. I just would hate it if we, went off to Lord Winter and then all died and then there was no one to carry on the humans. Or we, just missed the chance to get you laid with a sexy Amazon chick.
Well, I'm really very flattered that you've put so much thought towards this. Uh, just a few problems. Um, I'm not technically, a knight, and when I was training, they wanted us to stay a little focused, so we weren't supposed to do any hanky-panky until, we finished our stuff. And since I never really got around to, doing the finishing thing, technically that's
I feel as
just so you know, your goddess is renowned as being the goddess of the best hugs these days.
she's kind of like the god, one of the like. I mean, Mithras is the god of life, goddess of life, but
Yeah,
Kanara
sure.
is the goddess of fertility.
Yeah.
yes.
Things have changed like a little bit.
Well, that was one issue. Second issue, I'm not.
Do you like to bang dudes?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't put it like that, but yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Would you like to have sex? I have a penis.
That's very
Mary's
kind
is even
of you
bigger.
to offer, but yeah, not into the whole.
Oh, it's the feminine
Stuff.
cabs thing.
The
No,
look,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, snap.
I mean,
down.
I don't mean that as any kind of insult to you guys. I'm sure you're
No.
very
I understand just fine, Marcus. It's fine. It's awesome, in fact. And now, but you do realize that anytime we ever see like a towering, handsome, fuckable man, I'll be like, so how would you feel about putting your dick in Marcus?
Kreshia,
What?
Marcus is trying to stay focused on his duty. You shouldn't be distracting him like this. It's rather
Sure.
insulting to a man of honor.
Yeah, but it's also not insulting to enjoy sex, Mr. Baby Minotaur.
I am a Taeleer. We have very different cultures.
Yeah, but also I happen to know your culture. It's mostly boner-centric. I should know
Exactly.
3 of my nanas were Taeleer.
Exactly, but that's me. This is Marcus. He's not the same.
Just
You know
Okay,
what? You know what? Sorry, this is getting
Frida-
way too personal, and Marcus, I'm very, very sorry. And I won't push on it anymore. But also, it's kind of nice to know. I didn't know that, like, humans sort of experienced the whole, like, sexual, homosexual awakening around the whole, back then times. I'm glad to hear that's the case.
well, I guess it never really came up because I wasn't supposed to do
Bang people.
anything.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame in its own way. But tell you what,
just
you got my full support. Next time we're at a bar and there's some handsome dude slices, I'll play Wing Lady.
she is Frida is tugging on Kreshia's sleeve there.
Yes, Frida, I did?
Makes a finger to lean down because Kreshia's like fuck-ass much
Tall
taller
as
than-
fuck now. Instead of bending, she probably just lift. You know the hip carry. She probably just lifts Frida into the hip carry to make life a lot easier and keep walking.
No, you don't. You're way
Do I
slower
not
than
manage?
Frida,
I
but
try,
still.
and then I'll be like, all right, fine, sorry, okay, sure, and then I'll crouch down. I'm like, literally, I have to crouch down quite a ways now, but I will do so.
Why don't we just, take a $5 and just sit down for a bit?
Nah, it's cool. We're nearly there.
No, just
Wouldn't want to
Just
interrupt our lucky walk.
takes her little black book. And
Take a peek. I've seen the book now
Oops.
from hand to hand.
yeah,
It's a
Yeah.
very cool book.
yeah, and pops not Kreshia on the nose.
Hmm. I'll like go cross-eyed for a moment before looking at the book.
Be nice.
I know it's, the last.
It's very impolite to try to pry stuff out of people like that. It's called a private life for a reason.
I guess that's true. I'm used to being in a. I suppose it's not a good excuse, but I'm used to living in a place, or at least I was during my very formative, very, very hormonal years, around people who are of all sorts of sexual awakenings. Where I grew
Yes,
up,
but
It was like,
You've been with us
God,
for
all
how
the
many
sex.
months?
Shit, how many months has it been? Savin, how long
At
has
least
our group
one.
actually been traveling in company?
Let's find out. The campaign
What?
started on, let's see, September the 17th, and it is currently April, I think, like 20th.
Fuck.
Been like 7 months, 8 months.
Yeah, we've been nearly traveling. We've been traveling for over half a year together. Yeah.
Yes, so you should have learned by now to at least try to curb some of those tendencies.
I know. It's just always so nice to discover things about people because I just look at Frida. I just want everyone to be happy as fuck. I don't know if you've
Yes,
noticed, but I have girlfriends all
keep-
across the world, and we all try to make each other happy.
Splits a book open, flips to her page, and just shows, what's her name again? Kreshia, a picture of a very, very handsome and muscular orc.
Would that be Covenstone's assistant?
It says Charles underneath, so...
Yeah, that's
yes.
Covenstone's assistant. Yeah, I was. In fact, one of the things Crash was about to say was like, "Man, we should try to hook you with Charles. That guy loves dude smashing. Although, admittedly, he's more into the trappy kind.
Oh my god.
Indeed,
it's
probably
true.
Crash will tell her. By the way, I was in that guy's mindscape. He fucking loves to smash kitty traps. It's his favorite thing. I spent some time in that mind haven. Actually, it was an exciting time. I got lubricated quite often.
Just to... And then...
Wow.
Frida tells Kreshia that she needs to enunciate the letters better because kitty sounds very close to these.
You know what? Okay, that's fair. He likes to smash catfolk traps. He likes to just fucking go balls deep and get polished by like a legion of them. Seriously, I saw some shit. That guy is advanced level stuff. And that's just his mind palace. He can do that every time he goes to sleep.
What's a trap?
You.
Huh? Oh, yeah. It's sort of like you, Zanza.
I'm confused.
As in when people look at you, they see a very feminine individual, but also you're very dudish.
You mean my sword?
Sort of another type, perhaps, then I will point the thong of holding, and then I'll probably pull Sarah into a fucking like head rub. Like, come on here, you.
Zanza, you're adorable, she says, and she just like bops you with the back of her tail.
I mean, I guess? I'm so confused by this conversation.
I think that just improves the adorable nature. Also, can I just leverage for Marcus to get inspiration?
Yeah, I think at this point everyone can take inspiration.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Yeah, no, you have to play Wing Lady for Marcus sometime.
No.
At some point, so it's like, Marcus, what's your type then? Do you like your boys pretty or do you like them buff? This is just purely academic. No, come on, it's casual conversation. We can share types. Although if you're not comfortable saying, then feel free not to answer. I don't mind.
We know you too well. There's no casual conversation when it comes to sex with you. This is going to lead to things.
Oh, don't worry. I'll take care of that myself later.
Wait, Kreshia, you do have a nickname as Dawn Princess.
That's true, but that's just because I really like fun word jokes.
Yeah, so casual, private.
Yeah, I suppose so. I won't push. Although, if you're ever looking for some kind of assistance to, have some fun for a night, Marcus, you're not under any vows now, and I'm pretty sure that Kanara is all about scoring you some
I
tats.
can almost guarantee that Kanara would wholeheartedly support you.
In the acts of free love?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's very kind of you to say.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, alright. If we'd set up for the night, Kreshia will offer to help sort out dinner for everyone, and then she's going to work more on Zanza's scarf to get it to 2 out of 7 days.
Okay.
Assuming that's something that can be done on the go.
I mean, Just because it's a cosmetic item, yeah, sure.
Thank you. There you go. That's a 2 out of 7 now. And I
Question,
myself
I have a
will back
question.
on. Oh, yeah.
We will be, what's the word again? Getting close to the capital or something?
What do you mean?
No, I'm asking, are we gonna get close to the goddamn capital?
Oh.
Like, Iron City, that's...
Heron City is real fucking far away from where we need to be.
Well, we're at halfway... Wait, we're at halfway fortress. Where the fuck are we going?
Oh, that's the NPC party. They have rejoined you.
Oh,
You
We're, like,
guys
up
are
here,
up
way
top.
up here.
oh yeah. And then we need to
Also,
head down to Paladin.
Era will give Annika advantage on any check she might need to make in regards to her, like, setting up magical bullshit whilst
Excellent.
Kresh's busy.
She'll be like, spider.
But Kreshia will spode a wave because she's the charmingest. Let's face it, she has great charisma. And will assist in magical checks. She's like, this is what a familiar does, they're fucking dope. Yeah, back in a moment.
You say that as what's the word, the cat Oscar the cat is just draped asleep on Mary.
Who's sleeping on Mary?
Everyone.
Oscar.
Oh, Oscar.
Aw. And there's also Magnus, who's starting to get pretty big. You can't really carry him around anymore.
No, he's a big boy now.
Yeah, he's having a...
Everybody knows that big puppers are just basically big puppers. They stay
It's
babies
true.
forever.
It's factually correct. They never grow up.
While we are, I guess while we're in camp, I will. Yeah, I've been forgetting to do this a lot. I will just play with Magnus for a while.
Several hours late.
7 hours.
Alright, so the night passes quietly.
The ruiest.
One enjoys a night of peace and food and companionship before retiring. And the next morning the sun rises and you resume your journey and arrive at Meridia's tower.
Now, we have one more important thing we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Buy clothes.
Your what?
Gotta buy clothes. Lord Winter's dinner party. Thing we're going to.
I did want to stop by the. I was hoping we would have time to go back to the capital so I could pick up some outfits.
Look, man, we're going to, just because we're going to the evil lord's dinner banquet doesn't mean we could ignore etiquette. Gotta buy some nice clothes. Otherwise, it'll be rude.
We should bring our best. We should look our best. This is true.
We travel in these clothes all the time. They're probably dirty and smelling of monster blood.
We did just kill a gigantic Hydra.
And I don't think there's any amount of dry cleaning that doesn't exist this time. Or prestidigitation. I don't think there's any amount of prestidigitation that gets the smell of monster blood out. You stain it in so many times. So new clothes are in order.
Alright, so for the here and now, though, the party arrives at Meridia's tower. You're greeted by the same sort of decrepit catfolk woman, but as soon as she sees you, the illusion lifts once more, and you are able to climb up the winding stairs to the well-appointed offices of the Taeleer Archmage.
Sure. As we arrive, I'll do the customary handing off of a pipe of dank herb.
Alright, she'll...
They're wizards, not black people.
Please.
Have you seen
We're
Gandalf?
both-
Or should I say
Yeah, we're-
Gandalf?
Ganjalf.
Okay,
mean-
fair enough. Fair enough. Continue.
The last I remember when I was in the main capital, I went to go check out like Wizard University's headmaster, and we were just having a random conversation. He's like, "Before you leave, do you want to do a few lines of coke?" And I was like, "I'm kind of busy for the rest of the day, but maybe later." Like, we don't give a shit.
Yeah, wizards do drugs like you wouldn't believe.
Fucking mages.
We have all the fun, DCL.
All this power, you waste it all on.
We
drugs.
waste it high as fuck. Look, it's a terrible burden having all the knowledge of the world, but yeah, no, the first time I ever had an extended conversation with that wizard, it's like, so, do you want to do some drugs before you go? Like, oh, I've got a whole bunch of skill tests to make later today, so I'll pass. But thanks, maybe next time.
So yeah, she will take your dank herb with a smile and then get a great big grin on her face as Annika presents the Hydra's heart.
So I'm gonna do that before I forget.
Yeah, if everyone wants to burn some hit dice before Meridia betrays and murders you all, that would be
I
appropriate.
actually repositioned myself exactly in the case of that. Don't fucking play with me like this.
I just realized I probably would have wanted to tend to my many wounds before going.
Yeah.
Like the whole journey.
No, you wouldn't have.
Wow, I sure do seem to be doing a lot of bleeding. But you know what's more fun talking about Marcus's penis?
Exactly.
You're right, actually. Yeah, that's fair.
So, Meridia takes the heart from the Amazon and sort of hefts it up, and judging it, and says, "Well, this is a fine specimen. Did you have any problems destroying the beast?"
Initially, but we came back prepared.
Almost as though doing some recon and preparing yourself before jumping in is a sound tactical decision.
I know, right? It's weird how we can never kind of do it for anything else.
Annika will just wave her hand and say, "That sounds like crazy talk. We're big heroes now, right?"
Man,
I'm
basically. I mean,
pretty
we've
sure
always
we've
kind
always
of been
been-
pretty...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Big
we did
heroes.
save the world once. We're working on another time, but we'll tell you how that goes after the fact.
Well, yeah, we'll let you know in the future how our progress of world saving goes for round number 2.
Oh, do
To be fair, I
tell.
believe, to be fair, the continent saving was like continent as opposed to world, but you heard of Lord Winter, right?
I did have a childhood, yes, I've heard fairy tales.
Sure, imagine he was real, and imagine he was kind of pissed off, and then imagine that he happened to steal like royalty and kind of had them held ransom, and then the rest of us need to go hang out with, see to him and have a nice long talk.
I know.
Well,
I
that
shouldn't
sounds
be the
like your bard is on her way to an excellent epic. And
Okay.
as she's
Yeah,
saying this,
assuming we
Meridia
walk away,
is...
it'll be a fucking excellent epic, yeah.
I'll kind of hop up to Kreshia and go, I know I shouldn't be the one to talk, but pause as he pops back down and then hops back up again. Should we really be talking about the Lord Winter thing? Everybody?
To be fair, it's kind of nice to talk about casually for once, and it's kind of unlikely we're being scried inside a magical tower. I'm just taking advantage, just like enjoying a normal-ass conversation about our insane lives.
So,
If we
yeah.
were in the open, maybe I'd be concerned.
I'm not sure. It worries me how much you trust magic. But I suppose that just
it's
happens
like-
when you're not a mage.
The trust and distrust happen at kind of like the same time. Like, I trust that magic will happily screw us over, but at the same time, people develop magic to do the opposite. And this is a really, really nice tower, so I imagine it's hard to scry into. Would that be the case, Meridia?
So as you're asking this, she's taken the heart over to a desk, or over behind her desk to a chest, and she puts the heart in the chest, and she comes back with a sack full of coin, and yeah, she's walking back your way and says, "That's correct. It's warded against unwelcome eyes. Yeah, I believe
I'll
this
level with you.
is your reward."
He's always watching. But yeah, that's all for Annika. It's all hers.
She will dump a pouch of coin into Annika's hands, earning a smile from the Amazon. And Annika will turn to you and say, "So wait, you're going to fight Lord Winter?"
Like, quite literally, not... Well, we're hoping it doesn't turn into a fight. Frankly, we're kind of hoping we can deal with this the talky-talky way, or find out that, you know, there's a great big imminent death threat waiting that's more powerful than him, and then we'll deal with it as it comes. But yeah, no, like, legitimately, we aren't fucking kidding. It's just gonna get real.
Very real.
You're going to try and talk sense into a legendary genocidal maniac.
I know.
Believe it or not, it very nearly succeeded once before.
But it didn't for some strange reason.
Yeah.
Kreshia not knowing that her mum fucking no hard feelings to him. That won't come back to bite us, I'm sure. It nearly
Annika
worked
will
once
just,
before,
like,
yeah.
look at you guys strangely and then laugh and shake her head.
No.
Ooh, that, good luck with that, I guess.
Tell you what, if ever you finish up with your ancestor, which, I mean, we'll be escorting you to her anyway, but it's always worth saying now. We own a guild hall. We used to be a guild hall, and it's paid up for like a whole extra year on top of this. Or, wait, was it 3 years, Savin?
I think you have 3 years left on the
Yeah.
lease.
For like 3 years, a whole guild hall. That's in our name. So if you ever need a place to crash, it's being taken care of regularly-ish. It's got reserved foods and a maid who keeps it from being a shithole. You can crash there whenever you want.
Now, hypothetically, as someone who might be a vagabond mage, where would this guild hall be? Just, you know, for a friend.
Sure.
Side eye.
Yeah, I'll sidle up, flap out the old map in overly dramatic fashion, and then like just finger wiggle a shining big beacon like that just says basically, "You want to be here."
Let me mark this on your map.
Yeah, no, quite literally, I do the MMO equivalent of marking it on her map. She gets a waypoint.
Like,
I give her a waypoint.
God damn it.
you
God fucking
point out,
damn it.
you point out the fucking hobgoblin fortress.
Yeah, and then I with my finger and thumb zoom in by stretching my fingers to show a view of the city itself, and then poke a waypoint into where our house is. You can crash there, it's cool. Yuna also has the same invite, so if you see her there as well, and for some reason we died going off to see the ancient evil vampire, then, you know, you can go hang out, it'll be great.
You are so not making me more excited for this proposition.
It'll be great!
Well,
It'll be fine.
thanks for the free guild hall.
You're welcome.
And your vote of confidence is noted. Even I can see this. Even I can hear the sarcasm.
Look, I'll be totally 100% serious, Zanza. I have no fucking idea what will be happening. I am excited to find out what the result is. I am also confident in our ability to leave there alive if the worst comes to the worst. Because I could teleport us back to where our house is. And then I'll jazz
Merisiel
hands
sort of,
pointedly. I'll
peek her
jazz hands
hands up.
pointedly.
What's this about teleportation?
Tell you what, actually, could we have a little bit of an arcane talk about ancient things and mysteries?
I never want to hear you talking, nagging me about telling you that your princess is ever again.
Okay, sure. Frida, could you help us? Well, you've got lots of information about this all.
Oh, normally my
That's
services
right.
don't come cheap, but you did bring me a mostly intact Hydra heart.
I also have another pouch of that dank herb.
Well, step into my office.
Alright, cool.
Oh, that sounds like
Yeah.
fun.
I would like to find out what Meridia might know about ancient mysteries, the city of old magic, and the soul-wrought throne. And
Oh,
I
boy.
will, I'll go topless just to show off the tattoo, but also because I couldn't give a shit less about going topless.
I will admire.
Yeah, Kreshia's done a few fighter levels since, like, she's been last, like, topless properly. She's probably looking pretty fucking messily.
Meridia will
Your
cast
strength-
darkness on you.
Nice.
If your strength hasn't increased, I say nay. But you're probably already pretty fit. I mean, you.
Yeah,
you spend all
no,
your
she's,
time you spend all your time traveling around. It's not like
Yeah. She's 12 strength, 16 dex. She's pretty toned.
4 stam, 4 strength.
Actually, no, as soon as you, like, try and take your top off, she just does this. It's like, nah.
You can't see me squinting, but could you uninvisible my arm where all the tattoos are with the ritual written on them?
Can you put your shirt back on?
So I can put on a different shirt that has no sleeves, but I'm wearing a bra.
Rolling up your sleeves is a thing people do.
These sleeves go down to my wrists. It's fine. Like there's some like rummaging during invisibility. You can see like a bag open itself, and like there's a flapping noise, and there's like a pajama top that's a few sizes too big for her, but it's a t-shirt effectively, and then a top, like her normal clothing flops to the ground. She pulls on a t-shirt. You can turn it off now.
Yeah, snap her fingers and the invisibility will drop.
Yeah, and Kreshia's just wearing an adorable large t-shirt on, but her arm is visible where she'll show off the full set of tattoo.
There we go. Now, what's this?
Sigh disappointedly.
Alright, and she will, let's see what she's got in the old Arcana department. And
I don't know why,
I'll
but
give her advantage because she has access to her big-ass library here.
Bardic! Bardic!
Okay.
Bardic!
Bardic.
Fucking
One
sweet.
D8.
Wow.
1d8.
Yes, 28!
Woo.
I don't know why, but the yelling voice just popped in my head, screaming 30 Minotaurs.
What? 70. It's 70.
You mentioned it, and you also got it wrong. Double anger.
There were so many more Minotaurs, my man.
I don't know why it popped into my head, but it did.
I don't know, yeah, I was gonna say, like, also, where the fuck did that come from?
I don't know,
No.
but it did.
Indignation. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sure thing.
Eating in
I'm being
indignation.
taunted. I've eaten enough today, but sat on the counter is oven-cooked barbecue pulled pork. The last serving is for my roommate. So every time I go in the kitchen, it's just there taunting me because I can't eat it. It's his. I cooked the rest of it and ate it.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is a personal
One that
problem.
needs to be solved by Mortal Kombat.
No.
Dick.
It's how we handled things back in the college years.
That's true. Well, we were crab battle with tongs.
Then again, I lived on the black campus, so that might have been a factor.
Maybe. You lived on a campus. That might be a factor.
Yeah, also
Yeah, what
that.
does Meridian know about ancient magics then in this context?
So you're specifically asking her about the Soul Rot Throne.
Ancient magic and the Soul Wrought Throne. Like, she was interested about the teleportation initially, so I described, like, this is a ritual that takes us back to this, but it's to a location known as the Soul Wrought Throne, which has its origins in ancient magics, as described to us by a red dragon who we hang out with, known as Castanex, just in case we weren't an insane enough adventuring group.
Oh, Castanex. Yes, I'm aware of him.
Yeah, he's doing okay at the moment. He's recently blasted a necromancer's face with dark fire to keep him from trying to reanimate the bones of a dead dragon. So that was convenient.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So
he's very handsome.
So Meridia will examine your tattoo, and she'll go over and pull a couple of books off her shelf and flip through them. And what she has to tell you is this. So this Soul Rot Throne, these runes it put on you, they aren't like any I've ever seen before. They seem like... well, they are an old language, one that's perhaps a root of our language. Does the word Assyrian mean anything to you?
That's correct. Yes, Assyrian is the base language from which, well, magically derived languages all came from. And then, like, I know the one phrase that Castanex spoke, and I will repeat it aloud if that's worth anything.
Right, she'll nod her head and say, "It's been dead as a language for several thousand years now, but I did form the basis of most magical writings, but this is complete text, not simple phrases or syllables like we see in most spells today. This is very old magic. And you say you found this in some sort of aquatic ruin.
Yes, if you could imagine a lake to be upside down, we're in a location hidden underneath even that. If ever we utilize these runes here, and she'll indicate like the parts that are the spell in her mind, like the rest are words, and there's probably a section that is spell itself. This part here is effectively a teleportation, and anyone I'm in contact with, or is at the very least close enough, and I'm trying to be inclusive, I can pull them with me to the Soul Wrought Throne itself.
So the throne put these runes on you. Did it do anything else?
I'm gonna look uncomfortable at that. Yes, it did a couple of things. For one, you probably noticed it, and then I'll insert the date at which it happened. A great big wave, a ripple through the magics. Like, literally the Immaterium itself had a quick shudder at something changing. Like, the whole of the reality in the world and the future changed just a little bit. A little nudge in its direction. At the same time, that trigger, it granted me a tiny measure of magical power, but the very next time I've tried to utilize the Soul Wrought Throne, it stole my memories from me. Not a large number of them, mind you, but...
Enough.
Yes, you know the idea that you wake up from a dream, and that dream was probably a really, really fun one. Like, it was a good dream. You had a lovely sleep, like you went to bed at a normal time, and you woke up at a normal time, and you felt well rested, and you know you dreamed. You try and remember it, and it's there. It's on the tip of your mind, and you wish you could remember it. That's what I'm missing, but I know that it was a legitimate memory. It's gone. It's been taken from me. And because it's been taken in such a manner, I don't know what memory I'm missing. And I fear that if I try to use it again, it'll take even more from me. And it'll probably be necessary more than once in this future to come.
So Merisiel will think for a long moment and say, "That makes sense to me. Yes, this Soul Wrought Throne. It's a relic of a very magically powerful race. To have something of that magnitude reactivated, I can certainly see it creating such a ripple, but the question is why? And you say this is when the monsters began to overreact throughout the region."
Yes, they all line up. A lot of wizards noticed, in fact, when we were traveling back through the main capitals. The principal, a couple of aides-de-camp, like a handful of them all noticed that there'd definitely been some kind of, like, tremblance that occurred.
Are we the baddies?
So, maybe, Zanza, but only unintentionally. We have good habits.
Out of character, that plus the fact that we just we made a new magical crater, which is stirring the monsters even further. Are we just slowly ushering in the apocalypse?
But it's a mage punk apocalypse, so it's fine. It'll turn out awesomely, and we get to play Shadowrun. But like Shadowrun with a good system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's not
like I love
Shadowrun's
as a setting book. Like Shadowrun is incredible. I love everything about it. As a system, it can suck my dick.
I like it as a system.
I don't like bad things though.
Well, you're a bad person.
I've run a bunch of Shadowrun, but I still feel that Shadowrun just runs better in Fate.
Are you hitting us, Savin?
I mean, I'd like to hit Savin.
Well, don't you see, that was so fucking hard because Savin said you like bad things. Well, you're a bad person.
Oh
my, so...
Well, yeah, that's why he jerks with his non-art hand, so he doesn't ruin himself whilst entertaining his entertainments.
We are friends for whatever reason.
It's because we all have terrible ideas. But regardless, and moving on. Yeah, no, Kreshia will fill her in that, like, there are more than a few people have noticed. There's been a trembling in the world itself, and people have noticed. And at the same time as this being when Lord Winter chose his, big turnaround, like, it is entirely possible that there is more to be worried about than just him. Also, the Dragon Castanets themselves believes there's a way into the ancient magical city, whose name, player, character, Skow has forgotten, but, Kreshia will remember because she's got an intelligence score.
Ilona.
Ilona, yes. That there is a way into the lost city of Ilona, although it involves infiltrating an ancient lizard temple, who have guarded it for time and materium to keep outsiders from seeing into it. The two are tied.
So a lost Assyrian city, an ancient Assyrian throne, and a ripple in the very veil of magic.
Correct.
I'll be amazed if she even believes us.
We're adventurers, you gotta believe us.
So she'll ponder for another moment and say, "You've heard of the giants that have been wandering through the region lately, yes?"
Correct, yes. We've heard more and more information about them. My daughter actually happened to come across a group of them in the forest.
Well, she's lucky she's alive then.
They were both just as stealthy, and she was lucky to spot them a little bit outside of their range, but they're, as far as not murdering, they're non-confrontational if you stay out their way.
But when you're that big,
That
everything's
makes
in your way.
sense. Do you know what they are, these giants?
No, actually, do you have an idea?
I'm starting to piece one together. And she'll stand up and go to a very old-looking tome and pull it off her shelf and open it on her desk. And the words inside are alien to you. You have no idea even what language it is.
Are they recognizable as Assyrian?
They don't look like Assyrian, no.
I'm trying to hint.
Okay, well, are they alien to her? Are they not alien to the rest of the world?
Oh, I don't know, baby. They sound like I might know what they are, even if I can't read them.
So, a few of the characters look familiar to you. And those characters look like they are some sort of proto-draconic.
Is that Abyssal? Okay. I'll ask then, like, what language is that then? Because a lot of that is reminiscent of Draconic.
This is an older form of Draconic. This book was copied by hand several times throughout the aeons. I'm afraid it's lost most of its meaning, though of course magic can still translate it in pieces anyway. But look here, and she'll flip the book open to an illustrated page, where you see an image of a huge giant, perfectly in the shape of a man with broad shoulders and a chiseled chest, wearing a great wolf's pelt over his shoulder and carrying a tremendous axe. And Merisiel will say...
Savage Marcus.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it bears a it bears a vague resemblance to Marcus, yeah. That's a thing that is true.
Non-inconsiderable.
Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
I know.
So Merisiel will point to it and say, "These giants were one of the earlier peoples that inhabited this world. They were called, I believe, the Fir Thuin. They were servants of a moon god, lost long ago. I know little about them, but it was said that they went to war with the Assyrians and then disappeared. If they're back, I hate to say it, but perhaps this throne opened up some sort of prison."
I suppose then the question becomes, were the Assyrians the good guys or the bad guys?
That is the question, isn't it? You said you were going to one of their lost cities. Perhaps you can find some evidence there, for I'm afraid the Assyrians left us precious few artifacts to examine their culture. Even their language is largely lost.
Indeed. First of all, we have to acquire a keystone for entry from a temple full of murderous lizard folk, and then pass that on to Castanex the Red, and then we have to go meet Lord Winter himself and hope that he's actually going to betray his word to us that we would be able to pass safely and murder us, and then return and find out if the dragons aren't actually the bad guys, or if they are, fight them, and then go to the Lost City. You know, simple shit.
Well,
We
it
also need to-
sure seems like you have a
We also
eventful
need
future.
We also need to find out what happened with the Inquisition and see if they are okay.
That's true. They've also been fighting an undead army that's to the north and west.
They're
So,
probably already done one way
that's
or
probably
another.
already happened. Yep.
Given that each paladin is carrying at least a vial of holy water.
I'm sure that they've
So-
won. I would just kind of hate for the losses to have been really heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is me speaking out of character.
Yeah.
This is every one of them is carrying at least a vial of holy water, and they just need to fucking carpet bomb the undead army from above.
Sure. Like the reality is, it's impossible for them to lose, but it's likely that they'll suffer for big losses if they just get riddled with like ranged attacks. The reality is,
From what?
they're all
Here's the
you know,
thing.
like
From what?
Necro archers.
yeah, from like bows and crossbows. Like it's not like they can't be hit. That's impossible. But the reality is, they've probably won. I'm just really kind of worried if it was a hard fought victory.
Look, man, we weren't there.
Yeah, we won't
They
know.
armored, so
You
Yeah,
weren't
no.
there
Getting
when
that
the
they also
Skeleton
are-
Wars began.
Oh, no, we were there when they began. We
That's
just
good.
weren't there when they got fucking fully underway. We were there for the fucking beginning, my friend. Yeah, no.
The
I
scary
hope that they did
wars.
okay. The reality is, you know, like ranged firing paladins who can throw holy water onto their enemies and smite the great Deus Buzz. They probably did win. I just would really hate the idea of like a shit ton of adorable fox bees all dying. It'd be real sad.
well, they can heal each other. So
They can,
Been there to
if
help
they
the
suck titties.
If only we
well,
were
at least they're not sucking toes.
This is true.
I wonder, Miss Meridia,
Princess Merisiel.
would you happen to have any way of sending and receiving a message from a long distance?
Such as perhaps some sort of sending through a dream. Yes.
I do not have that myself, but would you receive a message back?
I can do dream sendings. It's cool. You can do back and forth if you both have dream sending.
Yes, but what if you don't? Like, say, if you are just simply a whole load of paladins with no mages to speak of.
Then yeah, they can't send back. You just have
Correct.
to kind of hope they received messages. Although at least you know you sent them a message, which is like a huge benefit if you think about it logistically.
Suppose we should return to Cardinfold then, if we can't have any other way. I did tell Phaedra to return to Cardinfold.
You told her to go to Cottonfold? I thought you told her
Yes.
to go to Halfway.
No.
I could ask her to go to Halfway, I suppose, and meet her there. Because honestly, time is starting to be the limit of us right now.
Sure.
We need to go from Cardinfold across the river into the Lizard Temple
Why are we going to the Lizard Temple?
to get the Keystone to hand to Castanex, so that while we're off doing vampire shenanigans, he can figure out a way into the lost city of Elona.
Didn't we also ask him to find a sage or something? I remember doing that.
I don't.
He said he would actually. Yes, he said.
Yeah,
he would
he
go
said he would
for-
try and get more information, but he also this was pre-revelation that the lizards have actually been ancient guardians of this lost city. So we need to go infiltrate their temple. It's easy to go to. Wait, no. I mean, it's actually identical to go to Cardinfold or Halfway. So I guess we could do Cardinfold anyway.
Let's go to Cardinfold.
Hello, dog.
Hello,
Bye.
Tasha.
Bart.
York. Alright, you guys talk about your plans. I'm gonna let Pupper out.
Yeah.
Work you up good.
You're right, Kina. We're actually like it's basically as efficient to go to Cardenfold as it's halfway. And I think we can call in money for like being like, hey, the Hydra's dead.
Yes, I'm sure
Even
they
if
have a
it's not
bounty.
Meridia's reward, yeah. Meridia's reward's bigger, but we promised that would go entirely to Annika.
Wonder how much money she made.
It was like 100 something gold. It was a big amount of money.
Probably
But it all went to
not.
her. But I remember that Carla Kastner herself would have a reward for us when we arrived.
That
And
is
Kreshia
true.
would really like some more spells to go in her book. She saw that book. It was a fucking dope spell book, you guys.
I'm sure it was.
Kreshia would love some juicy spells in her book.
Alright, we still have shit to get. When you said
Many-
that,
Yeah,
Many
quite literally.
quests.
Quite literally, we have to do Cardenfold, Lizards, Castanex, Kastner. Or
We only have
Kastner,
all of the
Lizards,
things to
Castanex.
do.
wait,
We have so much to
why
do.
do
Like
we
I
need
had
to
this
go back?
discussion. I had this discussion with Savin. It was like, I would love to have another adventuring group to do duty in the world that are as vaguely as efficient as our group. He's like, but you can
Wait,
do
why
that. There
do
are
we
rules
need to
for
go all the way back to Cardinal? We don't have anything left.
because we might be able to pull a reward for the arcane Hydra, and frankly, crossing the river and getting there is about as quick as just going to halfway in a straight line. Like, we've got to get over to here to Castanex and Lizards and yada yada yada. The stuff all 90 miles away. Whether we go the short distance to Cardenfold and take a road, or through the woods twice to halfway and then sideways, it's still kind of just quicker to just do Cardenfold anyway.
I
Okay.
mean, from Meridia's tower, you could just hop in a boat and then go right to Casternex.
I mean, that's true. We could river down to Castanex. Is
Take
that
me
feasible
to
then?
the river.
Yeah.
Then, if possible, maybe
Hey.
send a.
Hey? Hey, what?
Reward in city, you said. How much would
Yeah,
it
there's a
be?
potential that, like, Cardenfold originally mentioned there was a reward for doing the Hydra. Like, Meridia had the fucking get its magic fucking heart reward, but Cardenfold had something going on. I can't fucking remember who it was. It was in a tavern or some shit. But there's some money to be gotten from killing the Hydra and going to Cardenfold. But also, that was before this gigantic crater made a new city. So it might not be viable to pay anymore.
But here's the thing, though. There's a problem with that idea
Only
Sure.
about taking a boat here.
Yeah.
Where the fuck would we find a goddamn boat in a lake filled with Hydra?
It takes a few seconds to build. Well, sorry, a few seconds. It doesn't take long to build a raft, to be entirely honest.
Takes
Yeah,
long
but
to build
here's
a
a
good
question.
raft.
Here's a small question. Why don't we just go to Carnival, take a fucking carriage down to Cleona's village,
Which we do
and
want to
take
check
a
up on.
goddamn- Yeah.
Because-
So
because-
we
Good
get
point.
to
We
Cleona's
do
village.
want to see how they're doing, and then go.
And
Yeah,
look,
right. Yeah, no,
look,
that's actually a.
we can just
Yeah, there's
buy
a
a
river
boat.
right there.
If we take
Alright,
the
so I
carriage, we
guess
have
that's
to
what
deal
we
with Wolfram.
Poor Wolfram. He's a good guy. It's a entirely different
Oh.
joke. Don't worry about it, Hedrah. It's
Poor
from
Wolfram.
Warhammer Fantasy. Yeah, you're right. No, Cardenfold, travel down to Cleonis is probably the one we want to do.
He should be back by now.
He is.
Savin?
Yeah,
Not
hi. Hello.
she, Cleona.
Oh,
Cleonis should be. Yeah, Cleonis should be back. But
I wasn't
yeah,
talking
I guess
about
I'll.
saving. I can hear him when he's.
Yeah.
you can hear him when he's chewing.
No, I can
Wow.
hear him because when he enters, it's always this like subtle waft of bacon.
Also, I said hello.
Yeah, he did also use words, which helps. So yeah, I guess we're gonna
Oh,
go to
hi.
Cardenfold, and then from there down to Cleonis, and then our destinations. Instead of halfway.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, Meridia was a fucking fountain of incredibly useful knowledge, and we'll thank her profusely before we, I think we get to stay there the night and then move on the next day.
Sure. She's willing to put you guys up for the night again.
Awesome.
Don't forget.
I mean,
to
she'll
send
get
your
the same
message
invite from me and
stuff.
Mary if she wants some Smash.
She will once again question if you are a whore, and then shoo you away from her.
Fair enough. But at the same time, I figure it's politeness to offer twice. Or at least in Kreshia's brain, it's politeness to offer twice.
Alright. So, would one of you please get your old polygon line tool out and map out the route you guys want to take?
Happy to do it.
We're spending the night here? So I'm finally back with my stuff.
Short
We're spending-
cross there. Nope. And then follow the road. Down here, grab a raft, clear owners, use a raft. Down to here, cast an X, lizard, K-star, and then we'll figure out the rest.
Wait, I have a question. Why raft?
Because a raft is just an easy thing to wade. Well, we could wade the river, but a raft is just quick. I freaking
No, I mean,
manage it.
why don't we just buy a goddamn boat in the village that has?
Oh, we could buy a boat, but it's a lot easier to move with rafts than it is a boat down the road.
Okay.
Then again, if we do, we could just take the river all the way to Exodore.
The fuck did you just send me, Hedrah?
So as you guys are like debating your route, Merisiel will just like poke her head out of her office and say, "You know, I could just give you a boat.
You have a boat to hand?
My tower's next to the river, you know. Well, a mile or so from the river."
It's pretty close, true, but I mean, you might not have had a boat on hand. If you're able to do so, that would be appreciated. We get to the water's edge of the lake and then just carry it back to Gardenfold. Do a trek down road with a carriage to the river.
Don't worry about returning it. I'll just have my servants make one up for you. Should be done in the morning.
Much appreciated. 1 second, then when I redraw this.
Wait,
So
she has servants?
there,
That's what she seems to have said.
there,
Where?
there,
Good question.
there. Beep, 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 beep. Beep,
Like, this
beep,
isn't
beep.
DCL has just failed to pay attention, right? Like, we
No,
haven't...
like you've never seen
We haven't
anyone
seen any
real
servants, no.
Have you ever thought about invisible servants?
I mean,
I can summon magical
ninjas are a thing
servant,
that
but
exist,
it's
right?
different. There you go. Does that route work then? If that's the
Unseen
case, we would take it to just the bottom of the river to speed shit along, and then bottom of the lake to speed shit along with this journey. Carry a
Wouldn't it be
boat.
fast?
What
This
is
is
a-
just assuming that's the way the front entrance is. I might just like me up there, but this is just a fucking line around. This is where we'd leave by road afterwards, so fuck it, whatever.
What is a ninja if not a servant who does not want to be seen?
Or black?
A weeaboo?
You can't be a weeaboo if you're actual ninja.
No, you definitely can.
You can't be Japanese and a weeaboo. It doesn't make sense.
Sure it
Oh.
does. Just go live
really?
western.
Wait.
You could be an otaku or you could be a freeaboo, but you can't be a Japanese weeaboo.
I'm with
Anyway.
DCL on this one.
Yeah, actually. Anyway. So yeah, the night goes by peacefully. Annika's...
Would it be would it be rude to, you know,
The answer is yes, but we're gonna do it anyways.
To what?
Hey,
would it
Hey, DCL.
would it be okay? All right, I'll just say it. Would it be rude to
Okay.
fuck in someone else's house
I mean,
or
probably.
as guests?
Especially when she's
Mm.
repeatedly,
Yes.
like, been upset by you looting it up.
Okay, then I will restrain myself.
No, it'll just be safe for
Okay.
snuggles.
Yes, I
Mm,
do.
DCL?
snuggles.
Yes.
I will come over here and hit you in the fucking face with history. Enjoy that.
Is that the western weeaboo Japanese guy?
No,
Was a samurai of black African origin who served under the Japanese.
Oh, he's Portuguese. Of the Society
Yeah.
of Jesus. He was a Jesus
here's the thing.
Portuguese
He's
samurai?
a black samurai. A actual black samurai under Oda Nobunaga.
Yeah, but he wasn't Japanese. That's the whole point.
You can't get
Yeah,
a Japanese
but that's
weeb, but fuck, that's
But
very
that's the thing.
close.
He's a black samurai under the greatest fucking general they had.
Yep.
So if that's not a black Japanese weeaboo, then you fucking tell me what is. So screw you.
I have no response to this.
Owned, kid.
Shut up.
Nothing personal.
Anyway, so yeah, Annika will seem quite happy all through the evening as she counts out all of her coins from Meridia and tucks them into a sack, and then yes, she'll start asking you guys questions about this ancestor she's supposed to be going to meet, and figure out her character and what she's or how she exists, really.
Yeah, I'll get in as much extra Sierra hug time, and then presumably with the help of Frida, pass on the historical knowledge of Miss Kaesner, and then I will recount it with what I know of her, and then also what I've derived from talking with the Mages Guild about that whole thing. Like, her story in and of itself, if I remember rightly, was kind of tragic. Like, she was holding that point for a really long time, and then when it seemed like all was lost, she picked a whole bunch of evocation spells and then blew the whole fucking thing up. And then became a ghost.
You what, mate?
So yeah, I mean, I pass on that information, and then there are our personal experiences as it came.
All right.
Wait, that's wrong. Wasn't she like?
Before she died, the only things in her spellbook was evocation. She was ready to make a last stand.
No. I mean, the way she was fucking killed, that was like raped, hung, and decapitated or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was a brutal end.
Yeah, she did not blow herself up.
She did not blow herself up. She went out with a bang, though. She fought before she got taken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Sorry, yeah. I've misworded, but effectively, she prepared a bunch of evocation, fought, got captured, and then horrible shit happened. But as far as it's concerned, like, she was a bit brusque the first time we met her, and then the second time around, I did her a solid with, allowing her to actually utilize her spellbook again. And then she was real fucking nice about it, and she also did some Zanza smash. And if you can get done with a couple 100 years of like sexual frustration, that's gonna cheer anyone up.
It was so good that it was literally it.
Yeah, like fuck. Could you imagine being pent up that long? Fuck.
I mean, we're talking about wizards, aren't they supposed to be super weird, sexless, hyper-focused people?
Kreshia is a fucking horn dog.
I'm joking.
I do feel for the poor lady. Oh.
Yeah, no, yeah, she finally got her rocks off after God knows how long.
Yeah, but think about that. It was so good she discorporeal, and it became discorporeal for like a day or so.
That's true. But yeah, no, we'll let her know the important details about like her past and what we've learned from doing our research on her. And yeah, just general demeanor we gathered, and that she should be pretty interested. It doesn't seem that she has an intent of hanging on to her if Annika in the end turns it down. But at the same time, like, she's a fucking mega accomplished caster. Like, it's probably enough to give Annika a huge boost and make a living for herself afterwards.
Alright. So, yeah, you pass on the information. The night passes peacefully, and the party is able to get gone the next day on a brand spanking new boat that is waiting for you at the riverside.
So this is where we fuck off and become king of the pirates?
I mean, that's a thing you could do. It's a very small, or narrow river, but yeah, I mean,
Well, it's tied together if we go by the map underneath the mountain here into the Big Lake.
We just have to travel until we get to the Grand Line, obviously. Blah, 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 wheel-boo.
Anyway. King of the pirates.
So, you return to Cardenfold and recover Jeffrey and Elsie. Elsie is somewhat plumper than you remember.
Yeah, how's
And
she doing?
Elsie
there
getting
is
those
no
big hips?
metal left in the giant pile.
How are you feeling, Elsie? Presumably post-tonguesing.
Yes. So there's a momentary consideration, and the goo will say, I feel bloated.
Is it possible for you to try and find a shape more accommodating than just being a goopy ball?
But I need to be more, yet Frida told me not to.
You would like to split, right?
Yes.
I have a
Is it...
suggestion.
Go ahead.
Elsie, you know much about your form and those like you, yes?
I know what I am.
Do you think you could combine with another goo?
I could consume another goo.
What would happen?
I would be larger than before. Fuller.
Would you take any traits from them?
No.
My idea may not do anything then.
I've been trying to learn a way to grant someone solid form. Would that be something that interests you at all?
What is wrong with being as I am?
You might find it easier, more comfortable than constantly being under the idea that you need to split and become more of yourself. You would instead become one, just single living, breathing organism.
But then how would I split? Reduce my size?
I don't think you would need to.
So there's like a moment's consideration, then Elsie's body sort of quivers towards a particularly rotund dwarf, sort of trundling by through the blacksmith's quarter. Are you sure?
Yes. Sit still there for a moment, and then I'm going to sit down and pull out some of the workbooks I've been handling for Kreshia's shockification form. You see, this stuff here is magic to make someone a shark person, although it isn't done yet. It gives them a body form, but it kind of makes their brain less good. I've been working on a version that lets you still remain being you, but also let you have an associate body, like pumping flesh and blood, like actual living, breathing, as opposed to being one constituent gooey thing. It might be more comfortable.
I see. Would I be a better squire then?
It's unfair to say either way. You would have an easier way doing it, but I feel better is incorrect. You would have as much odds being a squire as you are now. It would be easier to accomplish.
Should I not strive for a greater challenge?
I mean, I can't deny that a challenge is good. It just depends on how much of an intense challenge you want. Like, you could face this challenge for a couple 100 years, and I'd be happy to help you out with that, because I'll live that long, but Marcus is a human. He's gonna sort of still be, like, old while you're finding your place, and then eventually pass on and stuff. I don't know, this feels like a shortcut, but I'm not to say what is and isn't right.
What do you mean Marcus will die?
Eventually he'll reach an age where his body stops working.
Elsie contemplates for a moment. Then
People don't
perhaps he
exist
should become
forever.
a goo, like me.
Possibly. It doesn't really go the other direction, though. Or at least not so far as I know. I could certainly work on such a magics, but it's not something that works right now. I'll try and like pass this information along via just images, because if I remember rightly, Elsie's actual intelligence is pretty high, right?
Yes, she's quite intelligent.
So
She
yeah,
just has,
I'll try and give her like
no
an image by
context.
image basis of where this information comes from, just to make it easier to digest.
Alright, so how are you giving her these images? Because she's not, like, psychic, right?
No, I'm just gonna literally draw it on paper.
Oh, well,
Could
so I've
do
got
it
some
like
bad
anyone
news
who
for
wants-
you
Can
about
she not
that.
vision?
Yeah, Elsie actually has blind sight, so, like,
Hmm.
reading is outside of her ability.
Alright, can I grab a scroll to telekinetic? Or whatever the fuck it is. Scroll of image. I can't remember what the fucking spell is in 5e. Can I find a magic that will let me throw images in her brain space?
I mean, probably?
How much would it cost? We'll just throw some money out.
I don't know. First level spell, so like 100 silver.
Alright, sure. I'll spend 100 silver so I can literally teach her this kind of stuff. The idea that, you know, eventually humans will age until they pass. And she could totally be what she wanted to be, except it would probably take a while that might outlive people. And, I mean, if she would like a physical form, it's not a permanent thing. I'm sure I could change it back as well. Like, I'll live for a long-ass time, but if she wants a form that can do things like wield tools and walk as a humanoid, I could try and grant her that.
Alright. Make a persuasion test and take advantage. Make
Sure.
compelling arguments. No, dog, it is not time to play rope. Go away.
Ooh, I did the thing! I did a skill test and didn't fuck it up for once this fucking session.
Hey, you did the thing. Congratulations. Alright, yeah, it takes some time before Elsie finally sort of says, so you can make me like Marcus.
A similar form, a humanoid form. You know, the idea that you can walk and move and pick up things and not acidically melt them. And your hungers would be for food and drink instead of metal, and explicitly. And then if eventually you got tired of it, I could probably help you change back into a goo afterwards. Like, I'll live a fucking ages. I can make that happen.
Very well.
Of course, before I do any changing, it's always a thing to ask. Are you okay with that?
I suppose if it will make it faster to become a knight before Marcus expires of age.
Oh, I have a
It
suggestion.
would certainly be a lot easier. You'll be able to do things like wear armor, wield weapons, and do duties, I suppose. As you are right now, you can poodle along, and trust me, you've done a fucking fantastic job, and you're absolutely adorable. It might be easier.
Meanwhile, in the background, you hear Syrah snicker and said, she said duties.
I will
I have a
do my very best.
suggestion, Kreshia.
Yeah?
Before you go, before you do turn her into something else, I would suggest getting a sample of Elsie's mass right now. That way,
Sure.
if she wants to turn back, you have a base point for which to craft a spell around.
Oh, sure, shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I could grab any odd Kriku, but yeah. Elsie, hold still for a moment, and I'll pull out a little glass vial. If Sarah's got one on hand from her poisonous couch, but like, please, yoink.
Alright, yeah, you find a vial.
Yeah, I'll do a little gentle scooping, like, and yoink. There we go. See, if you ever want to go back, I'll use this, and I can turn you, easy peasy.
Alright, inside the vial, you hear a tiny little whee, and then it splits off and loses its intelligence.
Sure thing. Is it like the fucking? I'm trying to remember it now. Where the idea of Dodger playing a goo
Yes,
person, where you took,
exactly.
yeah, they steal a letter. That's so good. You lose that letter out of the alphabet. It's my favorite thing. You take a split off a goo, and the goo goes ah, and you realize that now the main person this goo came from can't use the letter A in any of their sentences. It's the best.
It's pretty great.
So you just mispronounce every word.
Yeah, you mispronounce every word, and you can't form a sentence properly with the letter A in it because it's been consumed by this one temporary goo that's becoming a splitting divergent intelligence. It's the best shit. My favorite was the stealing of the letter E.
Yes.
Because it was a goo that went E all the time. She couldn't use E in any of her sentences. It was the best. Yeah. Okay. So I shall scoop off an E and form into a vial, and yeah, I will spend the rest of our time in transit working on Kreshia's form of Shirk.
Okay, now that is more advanced and probably can't be
Yeah.
done without downtime.
It can't be done without downtime itself. Before we leave, this is our like big city before any of our other travels. Can I grab reagents beforehand at least?
From the
So
druids, yeah, I think that's
yeah.
reasonable.
I'll
Speaking
grab
of the
bits and pieces
druids.
before we leave, just so like I can do it without having to then go back, buy shit, and then cast a spell. I'd like to know what I'm doing before then.
Speaking of the
I would,
druid,
before we continue this train of thought, I would like to just direct your people's attention to this.
Let's have a look here.
Excuse you?
Oh my god, I'm so hungry, you mean woman.
Why?
Oh my god, it all looks so
Yes.
good.
I
Jeez.
know.
You
I
devil!
want some.
So,
Fuck!
Has-
I could eat the absolute shit out of like a grilled blocks of Coulamere.
I would like to ask the guards if they've seen any bees around.
They sure have not.
They have not seen even one.
They saw the one you were traveling with, but after that, no.
Have they seen? They have not seen any recently.
Nope.
God, that all looks so good.
I will go to the druids. That's where Phaedra was staying before we met with her.
Mm-hmm.
She might stay there.
She's not there.
Oh.
She is not anywhere in this city, I will tell you that right now.
Mm.
He probably spends the day, like, looking for Phaedra while Kreshia's off, doing things regarding magic and goo. But, yeah, you are, left empty-handed. Turns out the
That's
letter
not-
you lost was B. Eh.
I don't like the. I am worried.
God damn it, cheese looks so good.
You know
You
what?
okay, Skow?
There's an
I'm
easy
so hungry
way.
now.
There's an easy way to fix this. How long are we going to be in this town?
A easy way to fix this?
You devil.
When are we leaving this city?
I don't know, when are you?
Like today, hopefully?
I figured the same day, yeah. We're just stopping
I'm
by.
going to take a nap then.
Okay.
And I'm going to go to the dream.
Okay, oh boy. Make a religion check to see if you can actually, like, get in there just on your own volition.
But I've done that before.
You have. Sometimes the dream
Unsettling.
welcomes you, and sometimes it doesn't. Especially when you're just trying to, put yourself to sleep. Womp. You can't even go to sleep. You're too worried about poor Phaedra and all of your bees.
I'll have to try tonight when I'm exhausted, I guess. I really wish we had gone with the army.
God damn it, Hedrah. Alright, so is there anything else you want to do in Karnthold?
Stock up on potions. No, wait.
I mean, did you actually use that many when we fought the Hydra? We stocked up before we went to the Hydra.
It was like
yeah,
one,
I
right?
forgot about it. We stocked up before, so... Yes, I used one, but... And we split it 3 ways, so it was 1,030, right? 1033. Yeah.
Good shit. All the potions. I have like a couple on my person now, which is always nice. God, Kreshia has so many things to work on.
So many things.
Mm-hmm. Got to do the Zanza scarf during travel. Got to do Kreshia's form of shark during a downtime
But
week.
if we work together, that will shorten the time, right? From a week to like half.
Sure. Are we able to shrink a downtime week if I work with Frida for Elsie's form?
You can't shrink in under a week,
What?
but you could do more than one thing.
Oh, so we can split downtime week.
No, I was talking about the scarf thingies.
Oh, the scarf thing I can do during transit, but can we do Marcus's armor and the Squire Elsie spell in the same week then?
If you take a downtime action.
I mean, one of us could do one of us could do the other.
It's effectively how it would work out, yeah. Just probably me and Frida just working together to make one happen. Does anyone? I mean, I suppose the question, like, it can wait, but otherwise, if anyone has other downtime actions they want to take, we can make it happen.
I don't. Well, actually,
Like,
Fair
you
enough.
also
But
have
here's the thing, I
that
wanted
soul
to-
stone to make into something.
This is true. Well,
Which
we
only
need
takes
to
1
talk
week.
to Kinara. We need to talk to Kinara before the Soulstone, right?
What for?
What? No, it's from the Hydra.
Oh, no, for I was just saying, like, Marcus's armor and Squire Elsie is part of downtime week between me and Frida. That was what you said. I thought you meant the Corrupted Soulstone. We need to take that to Kinara still,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
along with the Dragon Egg.
I'm helping you with the scarf, so easier gets be a fucking weave even more.
Oh, okay.
That's
oh,
what I'm
you
saying.
know what? I do have a thing. I do a magical project that I do want to work on.
Okay.
So I guess if we do, I mean, I could work on that.
What is it? If we want to, because time is kind of the essence. We don't.
Well, I mean, it's
wanna
probably
take
something
a
that
downtime week.
it probably would take more than one, but I would like to
okay.
work on it, I guess.
Yeah, you can always
Well,
make
It
just
is.
say
progress.
what it is.
Yeah. What it is so people summon demons sometimes, and it doesn't work out very well. We've encountered recently people summoning demons, and they had a summoning circle, and we sketched out the circle, and we took all the notes and stuff. But we have also encountered a being known as an aspect of hope, or whatever the fuck that dude was.
Spirit of hope, yeah.
A spirit of hope. I'm guessing he came from, I'm assuming, the dream or something. I want to find out. I want to try and devise a ritual to summon more creatures like that,
Okay.
or bring forth spirits of hope or justice or love and stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
if you can summon demons of rage and lust and vengeance and stuff like that, why can't you summon forth spirits of other things?
It's a good question.
Bugs.
So I would like to try and, start working on a ritual to do that.
Okay. So are we committing to a downtime action here in Kronfold?
I don't want to
No.
be the only decision. I don't
We're
think
not
it's worth.
gonna be here for a fucking week already.
I think a week is too long right now, but it's definitely a thing we want to try and find some time for.
Afterwards,
Yeah.
later.
Okay, later then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would
Yeah, we're
like to
not
do
gonna
it,
spend
but
a
at the same
fucking
time,
week
like,
here,
I don't think we
Jesus
can afford a
Christ.
whole week yet, but it's certainly something
We're already going to be doing
one
a
take.
lot of traveling.
Yeah, we've got a lot on the fucking board, and I can at least do the Zanza scarf while we're
I
traveling.
will send I'm gonna write a letter. If that's okay. I'm gonna have it sent to Well, I'm gonna have it sent to my niece, the queen.
Okay.
A royal dispatch.
Sure.
I will tell her that in my travels I have learned something of very grave importance, and that it requires, it could very well save not only our mother, the Empress, but also could potentially, if done correctly, save us all from Lord Winter. I require that I would need to go to Ervanen at best speed soon, and an airship would be the best way to do that. And so I would like to ask her if she can arrange for an airship to be in the capital city to take us to Ervanen.
All right. Are you actually going to the capital? Because I don't think that was you guys' plan.
Well, I mean, it depends. If we don't have to go to Durant and get a water boat.
If we can get the airship instead, we'll do that journey instead.
It would be
of
much
run
faster.
Yeah, if we can get the airship, fuck, we'll do the shorter journey. If we can't, then we're off to Durant.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is, like, why are you going to the capital for that? Halfway Fortress is the airship place.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, I guess
the airship.
Halfway there, yeah.
Yeah. So you're just gonna ask, like, make sure that one of your airships is there and ready to go.
Yes.
Okay. We will see if she responds favorably to that.
Well, I mean, I hope so. I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to, dragoon another airship. I would probably not do so. I mean, if I do that too many times, that might not be good. Granted, the first one ended in the ending of a very dangerous group of people, so I mean, it worked out really well.
Okay. So once the message is dispatched, is everyone ready to get on the road?
Yep.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get to the river. Now, do you want to go off-road here, or were you going to Cleo's village and then downriver?
Cleo's village and downriver.
Okay. So let's see if you hit anything. Ooh, things.
Things.
And this time I'll not roll on the wrong table. Oh, well. Alright, I think considering we're already 3 and a change hours in, this will probably be a good enough time to call it as the party reaches the river and something is waiting for them in their path. What that is and what it heralds, we'll get to find out next time.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
I'm sorry, I just got from Toilet
River.
Paper Quest. Are we fighting another Necromancer army?
I don't know. Or I know, but I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
I'm going to assume no for now.
David, why do you gotta fucking... now I have to... Why couldn't you just let me get to the fucking dream? God damn it.
Because fuck you, that's why.
I just wanted to know if all the little bees were okay.
I mean, not all of them.
Well, no, but want to know how...
Said, like, it's almost impossible for them to lose against a bunch of ground-based undead enemies, but at the same time,
I know
they're
that,
gonna
but
lose
still.
people. Yeah, no, it is nice to know.
What's your name?
There's the
Savin, come on, give us a little bit of a sample here, just to tie us over to my
do us a solid.
No.
No, it's... No.
No, it's not about doing a solid. It's about being a massive fucking thief.
No, I don't want to know.
What? Yeah,
don't-
see, even Kinathis go like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to think about it.
I still want to.
Come on, the junkie wants some. Let's give him a little something, something.
See, I'm just trying to use that
Just to
reverse
drug
psychology
that.
on me, but it ain't gonna work.
It's a nice try.
All
I'm
right.
starting to think that Hedrah is a drug lord.
What do you mean starting?
Did you miss? I mean, did you miss the entire thing where she
Where the
created
fuck
a
have you
drug
been this
empire in the last
I
game?
mean, in real life.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean starting?
Where the fuck have you been this
Starting.
past 5 years?
Apparently not smoking Hedrah brand cocaine.
Anyway,
Well,
did you
didn't
explore a
smoke
new?
Hydra
Shut
band
up.
cocaine, you experience it.
Did you explore a new interesting location for the first time?
Not really.
No.
Not
No.
really, no.
Okay. Did you discover new and interesting truth about the world,
Shit, we discovered a whole bunch after our talk with Merisiel.
such as?
Such as the origins of the giant folk being linked to the lost city of Alona and the Assyrian people.
And then we may have done an oopsie by maybe accidentally letting them out.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Mhm.
Did you make a new ally or a lasting enemy?
Does Merisiel
really-
consider us an ally now? After all this?
Yeah,
Didn't
I think
count
that's
us one
fair.
before.
They really have to label their magical artifacts.
Look,
if
they
don't
did
want their
label it.
prison
You
opened
just
up.
you couldn't read it.
Yeah, well,
The
you
language
know
is
what? You
dead.
should probably make sure your language
we
doesn't
did learn a new
die.
interesting truth about the world. Marcus is gay.
I mean,
That's
that is
also
a
true.
truth.
No, that's the truth about the world.
Uh,
Oh, it was adorable. I love
that was great.
You just score him some tag. Some booty even.
Did you advance or complete a quest?
Yes.
Yeah,
We completed the Hydra.
Yeah,
quest.
you sure did. And did you neutralize a direct threat to the Queen's peace? Yeah, you
Yes.
killed the shit out of a
Yeah.
Hydra.
Yeah.
Big motherfucking Hydras.
So it was 4, yeah?
4 for everybody.
Nice.
Some more XP.
So I know I'm up to 71. I'm 4 more away from a level up.
I'm behind.
Yeah, but what do we get at level 8?
We're not going to get our chance of the week for leveling for a little while, so I'm not too fast. We're at level 7 character-wise, which is a fun place to be.
What are we even going to get at level 9 anyways? I mean, level 8. Level 8.
8.
Look at your class
8?
sheet.
8 is a major class feature, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
For me, it's, I'll get a level 7 feature.
I get the
Some
ASI.
split and
Like a-
multi-class. Yeah, ASI/feat, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll be getting a level 7 mage, which would be nice.
You get them 4th level spells.
Let's see what I get at level 8.
Dude,
And
I already have
ASI.
4th level spells written into my spell book, man.
Just ready and raring to go.
Dimension Door, Great Invisibility.
Oh God.
Though, I mean, those are the I want. Don't worry. Don't trust me. I want other 4th level spells, but I have those ones to hand.
Only ability score improvement.
All right. Well.
Oh, wait, no!
No.
I think you get on... Wait, no. I think
Wait,
I'm
did Sav&D have different settings for teleportation spells? Do I need other rules for Dimension Door in this game? No? Awesome.
I think...
All right. Well. Thank you guys for playing. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, thank you as usual for running. And if you're watching in the stream or you're watching in the VOD, I hope you have yourselves a lot of motherfucking good time. And please do take care.